This side, Hall of Fame. On this side is head. This side is tail. Hall of Fame. I'll flip the coin or go to the ground. It's your call. We'll go to the call. Call his head. Coin will go to the ground. Call his head. You won the toss. John Carroll's won the toss. Let's do first. All right.
What up?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sam Hammond here with Brandon Schaefer from WOBN TV and Otterbein University here on a beautiful day in Westerville, Ohio, just in the 50s, where the Otterbein Cardinals put up to take on the John Carroll Blue Streaks today for Otterbein University Senior Day.
It's a nice day here in Westerville, last home game of the year, and the Cardinals are looking to stay a perfect 4-0 here at home. Matt Danko to kick, number 47. Back deep to return, number 9, Peyton Vandercoy, and number 11, Julian Lowe.
Kick is off. Quick source in the back of the end zone where Julian Lowe will take it to a knee, will take it out for a touchback.
Matt Danko, their kicker, has 3 special teams OSU Player of the Weeks this year, so he's a pretty good specialist for him. He's 34 for 35 on extra points and 10 for 13 for field goals. So he's doing pretty well this year, as you saw that touchback go deep into the end zone.
Solid. And a key thing to look out for today, number 5, Logan Stepp, coming off of that bruised bone in the knee last week against Mount Union, is now just coming at the start for the Cardinals. And probably something to look for, as Logan Stepp is their leading rusher right now with about a little over 700 yards rushing. Maybe we'll take a little bit more passes this week. Maybe we'll give a little bit more touches to Christian Johnson. Handing off to Christian Johnson now. That's the 30. Brought down around the 35, 36-yard line.
Going to be a pretty physical game already. A little bit chirping and pushing on the sideline for number 9, Peyton Vandercoy, and number 40, their DB, which is Aaron Guy. So a little bit of chippy already.
Christian Johnson down the middle, mixing up about a 5-6 yard gain. Christian Johnson, the ball carrier.
Another run for Christian Johnson here. I think they want to get him started early, especially after he had that huge game against Baldwin Wallace here last home game.
So over 200 yards rushing against Baldwin Wallace.
Yeah, so it looks like they're trying to get him involved early and often right here, starting for the Otterbein.
Johnson put out to the right of Logan Stepp. Out, pass. Oh no, it's a run by Logan Stepp. He goes out and he's going.
Logan Stepp on the carry.
It's a smart slide right there by Logan Stepp. Got the ball past the 50.
Doesn't want to take too many big hits. They out around the, it appears to be the 43-yard line for an Otterbein first down. Great run by Logan Stepp. Christian Johnson split out to the left of Logan Stepp right here. Hand off to Johnson. Out to the hole. Makes a quick juke and takes a tackle down to the 30-yard line.
Another good run for a first down by Johnson. Looks like they that's 4 straight rush plays in a row, so they're really pounding the ball right between the tackles and running the ball right up the gut.
12-yard gain to the 31. Otterbein football, 1st and 10.
Left takes a little stumble there.
Gets up and looks like he's all right. Still, Josh Ploniger is checked into the game for 81 Clay Ramirez. Split out on the hash line.
Out for Christian Johnson, split out to the left of Julian Logan. Hand off the ball to quick jet screen.
Logan Stepp pass
Out to
play
the
to Julian
30-yard line. Good run, good solid yardage over there by Julian Lowe.
Yeah, I agree. They're definitely trying to get their playmakers involved. You know, three rushes for Christian Johnson, 1 for Logan Stepp, and then technically that counts as a pass play for Julian Lowe. So nice reception for Julian right there, and gets a good 5-yard gain.
Christian Johnson behind Logan Stepp on the 87. Pushes in to the line over there. Could be a run play over here. It is. Run over by Christian Johnson. Dags the defender.
Christian Johnson on the carry.
Brought down around the 25-yard line.
Yep, brought down by Tyler Frederick, number 50, for John Carroll, sophomore defensive tackle.
It is 3rd and short yard by Cardinals. It's a situation we've seen them in a couple times before. I mean, their completion percentage right now on 3rd downs is 49%, so we'll see how they can do it here.
Yeah, I'd expect them to run the ball. Maybe a little QB draw from Stepp.
Motion. Christian Johnson back right of Logan Stepp. Pushes him out. Like you say, QB draw by Logan Stepp. He might have gotten right to the line. We'll have to see. It'll be a judge over by the referee over there. It looks pretty close.
Todd Brady come out on the tackle.
It looks like they're saying it's a 4th down.
4th down 2.
Yep, looks like 4th down and 2 here as the Otterbein offense is coming off the field and the kicking team is trotting on. So that would be 48 David Hoyle, freshman kicker, who made that memorable 47-yard field goal against Heidelberg. Yep, so this is going to be a 40-yarder. So most definitely his 2nd longest of his career right here.
Kick is off. Just makes it.
So good, wide to the right.
Oh, never mind. Watch to the right.
Might have looked like that got blocked a little bit right off the snap. Looked like a knuckleball. Don't know if he hit that right or what happened, but Cardinals turned the ball on 4th down after missing that field goal. So John Carroll takes over with the ball at the 23-yard line.
From an angle, it didn't look like it went right in, but just wide right for the Otterbein Cardinals as the defense comes on to play the game right now.
Yep.
John Carroll probably looking to start off that stellar run game that they set up last year pretty well.
Yep, looks like they're in the I formation to start here.
And off to running back number 2, Rowe.
Rowe Golphin on the carry.
Hand off number 2, Rowe Golphin on the play. It's a good couple of yards on the game for John Carroll Blue Streak first down.
Yeah, Roe Golphin is definitely someone to watch out for in the John Carroll offense. He is a first-team All-OAC in 2016 and a second-team All-OAC in 2015. So he's a pretty good running back for them. Also, number 20, Sam Kukura, was also second-team All-OAC last year. So they got kind of good rushing attack.
Pushing out for the Blue Streaks under center. Hand off to Roe Golphin. Brought down for a short gain.
Rowe Golphin carry.
It's a good tackle by number 52, Ricky Herbst.
Jake Harper on the tackle. Gain to the 38, 2-yard gain, 2nd down 8.
Looks like some substitutions are the Otterbein defense getting the right guys on the field.
Notable substitution, number 40, Stephen Carpenter, the senior outside linebacker. Last play. Screen just dropped by Roe Golphin.
And the pass is in for Rowe Golphin.
Kyle Blust is right there too, so I think even if he caught that, he might have been tackled right away by senior defensive lineman Kyle Blust.
So Kyle Blust, senior defensive lineman, leads the Otterbein Cardinals in sacks right now with 4 sacks.
3rd and 8 at the 30.
Stephen Masters.
Going to be a rough 3rd and 8 here for John Carroll. Definitely expecting pass. So we'll look to see if Fred Hargover and Brandon Paschal have anything up their sleeve as the two teams' leading interception leaders.
John Carroll quarterback. Magwin steps back. Releases it. Out to number 5. Wide receiver Eddie Williamson Jr. for an oval gain for about a John Carroll first down.
Yeah, Eddie Williamson was their leading receiver in last year's game. He had 5 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown. So he might be a guy they look for in this game.
Gain of 14 yards.
John Carroll, a traditional team with huddle up. Not really a no huddle, fast pace that Otterbein likes to really under center. Magwin hands off to Roe Golfin, but Brock Nelson short gain about a yard.
Yep, and right now John Carroll's making mass substitutions. 4 guys are coming off the sidelines, so they're very balanced. Looks like Kukura's coming in for Golfin right here, and a couple wide receivers in. Number 1, Brian Kornowski is their leading receiver this year with 50 receptions. The next person would be Williamson with 21. So he has been their go-to guy. He is on the bottom of the field right here on the numbers.
Center motion. Takes the snap, hands off.
Roe Golfin carry.
Brought down for a short gain. Roe Golfin. A couple yards on the
Austin
carry.
Toro on the tackle. 4 yards to the 48, 3rd down 6.
Another 3rd down here for John Carroll, and we'll have to see if they pass it again. They had a nice pass for a good 11-yard gain on the last one, so have to see what the John Carroll offense does.
Shotgun formation for the John Carroll Blue Streaks. Rushing in, number 21.
William Woods.
Takes a snap. Robson scrambling around, throws it off to Roe Golfin. Takes it.
That was a good catch.
Really good catch. Way to make something out of nothing by quarterback Anthony Magwin.
Ryan J. Carver on the tackle.
It almost looked like right before he was about to pass the line of scrimmage, he just kind of dumped it off to his running back to his left. And if that was behind him, it might have been a fumble. So good catch by Roe Golfin, and stumbles forward for about 3 or 4 yards. Looks like it's 4th and 3.
Chad Stallmaker fighting for John Carroll.
Apologize. Punt came out. Rolling punt. 2:36 when they're trying to stop the ball. As soon as it does, it's the ball. The 3 signals it out to the 1-yard line.
Referees are talking right now.
Trying to decide maybe it was possibly a touchback by the John Carroll Blue Streaks.
Referees are still talking right now, trying to decide what the final verdict is, but it looks like they will put the ball down on the 3-yard line.
Illegal touching on the punt. The ball will be placed in the spot on that touching, the 4-yard line. First down.
Excuse me, ball's on the 4-yard line. They called it legal touching, so the ball is put on the 4-yard line where it was originally touched. So Otterbein's offense comes back out and tries to drive down the field again, hopefully get some points on the board here after a good stop on defense.
96 yards to go. Maybe we'll see a couple passes out here by Logan Step. Some big time runs by Christian Johnson.
4-yard line.
Otterbein lines up Logan Step in Otterbein's end zone as well as Christian Johnson.
Definitely can't lose yards here, Sammer. Don't want to be backed up any more than you are. 4-yard line is doable and it's workable. You can run a pass play here, but if you get backed up 2 or 3 more yards, passing's really not an option. So maybe look to see a run from Christian Johnson, and then maybe some pass plays, like you said, to get the ball moving down the field, get the receivers a little bit more involved.
Maybe a quick slant to Joseph or Johnson. Excuse me, quick slant to Joseph or Lowe. Lined up, Logan Step in the backfield. Christian Johnson out to his right. Hands the ball off to Johnson. Gets it back to about the line of
Johnson on the
scrimmage.
carry.
Possibly a yard gain.
Adam Thompson and Connor Bogart on the tackle. 2 yards to the 6, second down 8.
Looks like a 2-yard gain as brings up 2nd and 8 with 7:30 left on the clock here in the first quarter.
Step lined up. Julian Lowe motions out wide. Christian Johnson out to his left. Design run.
Logan Steph carries. Mason McKendrick on the stop.
That looked like a little bit of a read option where Steph could either handed it off or kept it, and he kept it on that play for a positive gain of 4 yards. Brings up a little bit of 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3 right here. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Maybe a play-action pass right here to one of their playmakers, Julian Lowe and Hunter Joseph, on the short side of the field on the numbers.
Penalty marker before the snap.
Flags on the field. Possibly a false start on the Cardinals.
Full start. Offense. Number 56. After this one, go 3rd down.
Yep, looks like that is a false start on number 56, Jacob Schaefer, the center. So it's really a momentum killer right there as they get moved back 5 yards. Now a 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 4.
3rd down 9.
Now you really have to pass here or else you're going to be in a difficult situation having to punt out of your own end zone.
You have to move it to the right.
Step drops back. That's a fly. Intended for
Logan
number 1,
Steph
Hunter
pass
Joseph
for
on the
Hunter
play
Joseph, incomplete.
as the punt team comes out for the Otterbein Cardinals.
Yeah, it looks like John Carroll brought some pressure off the left edge, stepped up in the pocket,
4th
and
9
just
from the
fired it
5.
a little bit behind number 1, Hunter Joseph, as you said.
To punt for Otterbein.
So on trots the punt team with Joe Sanfilippo in the back of his end zone right on the edge line. So they're going to need some good blocking here by their linemen. Hopefully get a good punt.
Eddie Williamson to receive for John Carroll.
Snap off. Ooh. Excuse me. Good roll there.
Ball would be downed at the Otterbein 38-yard line. So not the best punt, but does get the ball away from the end zone. So looking for hopefully another stop here by the Otterbein defense.
Not really a long punt, more than just a really high punt under there by Joe Sanfilippo. There was a lot of pressure being brought on by John Carroll at the end.
Yes, there was. They had 2 guys rush off the edge that were trying to get to that ball. So luckily there was no block on the play, and Otterbein's defense will come out and try to stop John Carroll's rushing attack.
High formation. Handoff fake. Pass off to number 1.
Anthony Maitland's pass complete to Brian
Number
Kornowski.
1, Brian Kornowski for a John Carroll first down.
Yep, and that is their leading receiver with 50 receptions for 636 yards on this season. So
12-yard gain.
definitely their go-to guy when they pass the ball.
First and 10.
Yes, sir. John Carroll around the Otterbein 26-yard line right now. Lined up I formation. Pitch out to number 20, Sankakura.
It's a good tackle by number 3, Austin Jones, on the play.
Ventura carries.
Taking off for about
Austin Jones
about
and
6,
Jake
7
Harper on the
yards.
tackle. 6 yards to the 20, second down 4.
6 yards in the carry by Sankakura, their second leading rusher with who was second team All OAC last year. Under center, Anthony Maglin. Hands it off to Sankakura, cuts back, tackled behind the line of
Sankakura on the
scrimmage.
carry.
Yeah, it looked like he was going nowhere right from the start. Good rush defense there by the Otterbein defense. Blaine Voorhees, number 21, and Kyle Blues, number 5 on the stop. So 3rd and 9 here. Would you be expecting pass from the John Carroll offense?
So I'd be expecting right now.
Looks like number 8, Andre Douglas, is checking in for the Otterbein defense. Another pass rusher there. So this is the first time we've seen him in shotgun formation all day. So it looks like John Carroll will be ready to pass here on third and long.
Snap back. Throws it, lets it fly. 1st down. And a little bit more as he tries to muscle up for more yards. And gets within the Otterbein 5-yard line.
Looked like a little miscommunication error there. He was wide open on the far sideline. So Eddie Williamson with the catch and gets down to the Otterbein 2-yard line. So they're going to bring on some of the goal line defense and try to get a stop, as John Carroll will probably be rushing the ball and trying to get another running touchdown on the year. Make it number 22. Looks like Kukura is in the backfield for the John Carroll Blue Streaks.
Lined up by formation. Maglin hands off.
Sam Kukura carries.
As Sam Kukura carries it for appears to be maybe a 1-yard gain, but
Kyle
not
Blues
in the end zone.
And Brent Hartgrove on the stop.
Yes.
Another tackle by Kyle Blues.
2nd down goal.
2nd and goal here for the John Carroll Blue Streaks, and Otterbein's defense so far holding up against the intimidating run game, to say the least, of John Carroll.
Yes, both their backs have totaled over 1,000 yards. Looked like their little fullback dive there, but it looks like he got stopped again. So they win 2 fullbacks right to the right behind Maglin, maybe a QB sneak or a fullback dive, and he handed a quick handoff to the left and got stopped again.
On the carry. Kyle Blues and Austin Jones on the tackle. No gain on the play. 3rd and goal at the 1.
3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. Otterbein has been in this situation many times before. We could see a possible play action, fake run, maybe like a little short quick pass over to the flat.
I'd agree, or maybe like a pitch, try to get to the outside. Like there's a pass.
It is caught for a touchdown. Number 1, Brian Kornowski.
Anthony Maglin to Brian Kornowski.
There's number 32, Connor Fry, on the coverage. Like I said, that's their leading receiver this year with more than half their receptions, and he's almost got double the yards of their next receiver. So he's our go-to guy, and we just saw that in the end zone as they just threw a fade ball up to him, and he would try to go jump up and get it, and he did.
Anthony Maglin holding.
Blue Streaks set the kick right now. Snaps off, kick is up.
Kick is good. 3:02 first quarter. John Carroll 7, Otterbein nothing.
You know, taking that away, breaking down that drive, John Carroll got the ball at the 37-yard line, and Otterbein held him to 3rd down twice. So I think right there for the Otterbein defense, you just got to hold John Carroll one more play and force him to do something on 4th down. They've stopped John Carroll multiple times on 2nd down and forced a lot of 3rd downs, but definitely gonna have to capitalize sooner or later if they want to win this game today.
That's right, Brandon. John Carroll really capitalized off that really wide open coverage to number 1, Brian Kornowski, as he really muscled his way in there for the up to the 2-yard line of the Cardinals.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll see if they keep going to him. He's got 2 catches for 13 yards and a touchdown, so him and Eddie Williamson both have 2 catches. So I like to do a lot of play action as Matt Danko's here to kick the ball off for the Blue Streaks.
Julian Lowe and Peyton Vanderkoy to receive for Otterbein.
Kick is
out to about the goal line. Taken out by Julian Lowe.
Julian Lowe on the return for Otterbein.
Tackling around the 25, 26-yard line over there.
Tyshawn Jones and Sam Kukura on the stop.
not a bad return. It looked like he almost had a little bit of room there, but he got tackled by a swarm of Blue Streaks. So Otterbein's offense looking to come back on the field after being pinned deep in their own territory. So hopefully with some open field, they can get something rolling and something moving again with Christian Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Checked in for the Cardinals, number 88. That would be Noah Durst on the short side of the field right here.
Step lined up. Johnson out to his left, comes in. Scramble out by Logan Step. Gets just back to the goal line as he's brought down by
Jimmy
three
Thomas.
of the Blue Streak defense, Adam
Adam
Thompson.
Thompson on the tackle.
Looked like that was a pass play right there, but he got a little pressure and had to tuck the ball and run. So
Looked like he was scrambling a little bit there towards the end.
I agree. So the Otterbein receivers will swap sides of the field as they line up on the other side right here. Logan Step in the backfield.
Trips to the left of Logan Step. Johnson lined up to the right of Logan Step. Makes a quick shuffle pass off to Johnson. Ooh. And really,
Christian Johnson on the carry.
really lays one in there to number 10, Connor Robinson, the junior out of John Carroll University.
Tackled by Connor
And
Robinson.
Johnson really kind of showing off the strength as well as speed that he carries.
I agree. He's a short guy at 5'6".
But at 188 pounds, I mean, he really packs a punch.
Yes, he does, and especially moving that fast and that shifty, you never know where he's going to go next. And Connor Robinson felt that one, I bet, right there. So this will be 3rd and 1 here. Otterbein lines up in shotgun formation again.
And, Christian Johnson out to the right, hands it off to Johnson. Shifts out to the outside. Gets a good yarn. Excuse me, gets a good gain.
Christian Johnson, the ball
Some
carrier.
good yardage over there for the Cardinal first down.
And Mason McKendrick was streaming over there. They're All-American linebacker,
11
so
yards to the 46.
good way to run out of bounds before Mason McKendrick could get the tackle right there.
So, some good shiftiness shown over there by Christian Johnson.
I agree. Good way to get the first down and keep the drive alive.
Pushing in another blocker, possibly. Christian Johnson out to the right. Hands it off.
Christian Johnson with the carry.
Looks like maybe a gain of 1 right there by Christian Johnson.
Mike Connick.
Now Christian Johnson is jogging off the field, and number 29, Dakota Smith,
Down 9.
is coming in for running back for the Otterbein Cardinals. You know, he comes in. He's had 2 rushing touchdowns this year, but I would expect maybe a pass here on a 2nd and long, try to get half the yardage back.
Smith lined up to the left of Logan Step.
He's got number 9, Peyton Vanderkoy.
Logan
Just
Step
outside
pass.
for
Pass for
Peyton
Peyton
Vanderkoy.
Vanderkoy.
Good defense
And
laid over
complete.
there by John Carroll in the secondary.
Looks like Peyton Vanderkoy had a step right there towards the sideline, but ball is just a little bit too far and out of his reach. So 3rd down and 9 here. Duffy looking to pass the ball for the Otterbein offense. So they got a one-on-one matchup with Hunter Joseph and John Carroll DB on the top of the field. Let's see if they try to attack that.
Trips right. Step takes the snap, drops back the pass, lets it fly. Caught by Dakota Smith as he takes it out for 10 and more.
Good catch by Dakota Smith right there over the middle of the field. And good way to get some yardage after the catch, too. A little bit of yak yards for Dakota Smith coming in for Christian Johnson. So not only can he run, but can he catch as a running back for the Otterbein offense.
Big game for the Otterbein Cardinals out
End of
to
the
the,
first quarter. John Carroll
out to
7.
the
Otterbein
25-yard
nothing.
line.
Yep, and that pass play right there for the Otterbein offense marks the end of the first quarter with John Carroll leading 7-0. Otterbein is on the drive, though. This is a very promising drive, and like you said, got the ball on the 25 of John Carroll. So see if they keep exploiting the run game and see if they hand it off to Christian Johnson here to try to get him in the end zone.
Sir.
This drive right now has chewed up 3 minutes of the clock already, so good way to stay out on the field as the last drive only chewed up 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I think that's the key for Otterbein,
'Bein,
'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, 'bein, '
mean, Coach Delp said he was expecting a smash mouth game from the John Carroll offense, and he has really gotten in a lot of runs by number 2 Ro Golfin and number 20 Sam Kuro. They've taken some big chunks
Second
out
quarter
on
begins.
the
Otterbein football. First
Otterbein
and 10 to
defense.
John Carroll, 25.
Yes, they have. So Otterbein lines up here to start the second quarter on the 25-yard line.
Step lined up. Takes out the pass. Snagged by Vanderkoy, and it is in. Touchdown Cardinals.
That is a nice throw and a nice catch by number 5, Logan Stepp, to
25-yard touchdown pass.
number 9, Peyton Vanderkoy, right over the middle of the field. Exploited that cover 2 defense and hit a post route. So Peyton was wide open and walked into the end zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 25-yard touchdown pass for Logan Stepp over to Peyton Vanderkoy.
David Hoyle attempting the extra point.
It's like David Hoyle is on to attempt the extra point for the Otterbein Cardinals.
Snap off, kick is up. And just off the side bar.
Kick is no good. Off the right, upright.
Man, it's a huge miss right there for the freshman kicker, David Hoyle.
Second quarter, John
He missed
Carroll
that field goal in the
7,
first quarter, and
Otterbein
now he's
6.
missed that. So maybe they'll switch it up and put the punter in, Joe Sanfilippo, but we'll have to see here.
Otterbein scoring drive, 7 plays,
You know,
74 yards.
good thing about Peyton Vanderkoy, he's always like their go-to guy when whenever they look to go for an end zone shot. Because on the year before today, he had 13 catches for 3 touchdowns, and now he's got 14 catches for 4 touchdowns. So
He's got a bit of that clutch gene in him.
yeah, definitely a little. It's a little bit under half for the amount of touchdowns he has in correlation with his receptions. So Peyton Vanderkoy with a touchdown right there, giving him the 4th of his year here at Otterbein. Looks like 85 Joe Sanfilippo will be kicking off for the Otterbein special teams unit. That was a quick score right there in the second quarter, only 6 seconds wasted. So they got to work right away, and like I said, 3-minute drive right there, chewed up a little bit of the clock. But also it was a pretty fast score, you know. They got the ball, drove down the field, and punched it in, which is what they were expecting to do.
That's been Otterbein's mantra all year.
You are correct.
And the kick is off. Oh, muffed pickup over there.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So number 5, Eddie Williamson.
Knocked down, and
Eddie
just
Williamson
kicked
on
out
the
of
return
bounds.
for
Not
John
exactly
Carroll.
kicked, but just pushed out of
Penalty
bounds
marker on the
around
play.
what appears to be around a little bit past the 40-yard line.
There is a penalty flag
Sanfilippo.
on the 40-yard line right where he was tackled, and I'm wondering if number 85, Joe Sanfilippo, hit him a little late. He was running out of bounds, but, you know, kickers normally don't have to make tackles, so might be a late hit, unsportsmanlike, so we'll have to see.
Personal foul, late hit, out of bounds, number 85.
Yep, and that's what it is. So late hit on number 85 on the kicker, Joe Sanfilippo. So now the ball will be placed at the 50-yard line. So penalties really are going to be a killer here in today's game. Definitely want to win the field position battle, as we saw in the first quarter. John Carroll won that, and they got to score quick. So it's an I formation here for John Carroll, Samer.
Madison takes a snap, hands it off. It's just a short gain for the. Actually, it's about a little short gain, probably possibly about a gain of 2 over there as we see the ref for
Aaron
the
Pruitt on
John
the
Carroll
carry.
Blue Streaks.
Kyle Bluth on the tackle.
Interesting to not see their 2 reigning All-OAC running backs out here. They have what appears to be number 6, Stan Elad, their fullback.
Drops back to pass. Pass caught, and it's taken for a first down and more as he's brought out of bounds.
Anthony Maitland's pass complete to Cody Kidd.
Looks like that's number 81, Cody Kidd, on the far reception. Another wide open receiver for this John Carroll offense. So this Otterbein secondary is going to look to tune in here and start to cover their open receivers. Can't be having that, especially on second long, third and long situations. Seems like John Carroll's just exploiting that.
John Carroll gets in that huddle right now.
John Carroll football, 1st and 10.
High formation here for the Blue Streaks. Hands it off to a running back number 28. Gets a good chunk of yardage, about 6 yards on the carry.
Number 28 would be senior running back Aaron Pruitt. It looks like a Cardinal is down. Looks like 21 Blaine Voorhees shaken up on the play, being helped off by trainers. Appears to be holding his left elbow or arm, so does not look good. Number 46, Alan Vredenberg, comes in for the Cardinal defense, a sophomore.
Gain of 5 to the 20, 2nd down 5.
2nd down 5 here for the Blue Streaks. Lines up shotgun formation for the Blue Streaks. Not something all too common that you'll see out of this team.
No, they definitely like to keep it under center.
Hands it off. And brought down for real short gain is about 1.
Rogue Dolphin carries.
Now, Otterbein is really starting to hold off Rogue Dolphin and Sam Kukura as they get more and more carries.
Austin Jones and Kyle Bluth.
I agree. It's just the pass offense is the only thing they haven't been able to stop, it seems. Like you said, they've been holding them to really short gains, and the only touchdown John Carroll has is that passing touchdown when it was 3rd and 2. So third and goal on the 2-yard line, and John Carroll elected to pass the ball instead of run it, which means they know that Otterbein's defensive line has been stopping them all game.
Got the ball shotgun formation, a little bit of a low snap.
Throws it out of bounds.
Throws it out of bounds. Really good pass rush over there.
Pass intended for Eddie Williamson, incomplete.
There's 25, Stephen Masters on the rush. As you said, he is tied for Kyle Bluth for the team in sacks. So good edge rush right there by number 25, Stephen Masters, and brings up a 4th and 4 with the ball on the 19-yard line. So it's a 35-yard field goal for their excellent kicker, Matt Danko. Looks like that kick was wide left, so that is his 4th missed field goal in the year, which doesn't really happen often for their great kicker, who has earned, like I said, 3 special team OAC Player of the Week. So he's done really well for him, but right there he misses it, and Otterbein takes over. Looks like it'll be on the 20-yard line.
This has been a real issue this year, not this year, but this game. Both teams right now, as Otterbein's kicker David Hoyle missed 2 in a row, missed the extra point and the PAT from about 30 out. And now, as you just saw, Danko missing that 35-yard field goal.
Yeah, so both kickers are not hitting right now, which is not good for either offense or team.
Snap off. Pass off. It is caught. To be for a Cardinal 1st down by number 1, Hunter Joseph.
Incomplete.
Oh, another ruling incomplete. I wonder if the ball popped out late right there or something, Sammer. Looks like he did catch it and hold it to the ground, but it might have popped out late or been ripped out by number 10, Connor Robinson. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Otterbein offense.
Wonder if they try to hand it off right now to number 4, Christian Johnson. He's lined up to the right, as he's lined up to the left, excuse me, of Logan Stepp. Snap off. Fake run RPO to the RPO with Christian Johnson. Tries to pass it off, but just off the fingertips of Peyton Vanderpool.
Yeah, so it looks like it was just a little high for Peyton right there, which would have been a 1st down. So Stepp was on the rollout to his left, which he normally doesn't do as being a right-handed quarterback. So brings up a tough 3rd and 10 as they haven't moved the ball at all since they got him on the 20-yard line. Looking for another pass here.
Try to get the John Carroll Blue Streak defense off sides. Takes it off deep to Julian Lowe, and just off, just a little too far for Julian Lowe.
Yep, so basically what they did right there is they go a hard count, and their hard count, they try to get someone to jump off sides, and if they do, their center, Jacob Schaefer, is allowed to snap the ball. So once he snaps it and they're off sides, you can get a penalty and get a free play, take a shot downfield. You can see that a lot when Aaron Rodgers does that in the NFL, so not a bad play. As I remember Julian Lowe caught a memorable touchdown pass last year against Heidelberg on a play just like that. So might as well take a deep shot, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
11:56. 11:56.
Christian Johnson out to the right of Logan Stepp here.
Another hard count here, trying to get them to jump off sides again, but it does not look like they will get him. Play clock running down here. He's going to have to snap it soon.
Gets it off. Pass.
Oh,
Just out of the hands of number 1, Hunter Joseph.
tough drop right there. It looks like Hunter maybe wasn't ready for it as he turned his head and the ball was already there. So tough drop right there, which would have been a 1st down. Hunter normally catches those. So Otterbein punt team trots off onto the field again, and Joe Sanfilippo is back deep for another punt here for the Otterbein Cardinals. As number 5, Eddie Williamson, is back to return.
Sanfilippo punting from the Otterbein 10-yard line.
11:52 left here in the 2nd quarter with the Blue Streaks leading Otterbein Cardinals 7-6.
Snap off, and the punt is away.
They had good initial coverage down there, but it looks like he's breaking some tackles. Eddie Williamson gets the ball out to the 48-yard line, but yeah, it looks like one of the John Carroll defenders probably got a late hit for pushing number 84 Jake Carney in the back right at the end of the play. So probably going to be another penalty flag on another special teams. So both teams have been committing a lot of penalties that really aren't necessary at the end of plays on special teams right here.
Personal foul. Late hit. Receiving team number 54. 15 yards.
Yep, and that is a personal foul late hit on number 54 for the John Carroll special teams. So the ball gets moved back from midfield all the way to the John Carroll 34-yard line. So John Carroll got good field position last time, but now they're getting it taken away.
Number 54, linebacker Jalen Myrick out of Hilliard Bradley High School.
That is where you went, Samard.
It is. Handoff for the Blue Streaks. For about a yard gain.
Another good stop for the Otterbein defense as Roe Golphin gets a gain of maybe 1 or 2 yards. So like as you said earlier, they were really tying him up and not letting him get a good amount of yardage.
1 yard to the 35, 2nd down 9.
Looks like they will go shotgun formation again here.
Snap off, looks for a pass, lets it fly. Caught by number 84, just for a short gain again.
And the maintenance pass complete to Jake Santiago.
That was number 84, Jake
4 yards to the
Santiago,
39.
tied in out of Brandon,
3rd down
Florida.
3rd down and 5 here, making some substitutions for the Blue Streaks. So almost knew they were going past right there when they were in shotgun formation, as they normally don't. So look for them to be maybe under center again. Nope, they're going shotgun formation again. 2 to the far side and single receiver here on the near side with the motion of the tight end.
Snap off. Maglin back to pass, lets it fly.
It was a good catch and almost a perfect ball from Anthony Macklin right there as Blaine Voorhees dove and tried to tip it out, but the ball was put only where Eddie Williamson could catch it for a gain of about 15 yards. So it was a 1st down at the ball placed at the Otterbein 49. That was much better defense from Otterbein secondaries. He wasn't wide open that play, but really a good throw by number 10, Anthony Maglin. Looks like they will go back to the offset I formation.
Number 1 hands it off, fake handoff, big pitch, out the pass, lets it fly, and it is
picked off.
Picked off. Looks like it bounced just off the hands of number 21. Intended for who appeared to be number 21. William Woods, the wide receiver out of Cleveland, Ohio, but just bounced off and intercepted by number 15, Fred Harper.
That was really a bad throw by number 10, Anthony Maglin. He had his guy, William Woods, wide open, right in the middle of the field with no one around him, and threw it a little bit behind him while he was on the run, forced him to turn around and tipped off his shoulder pads, and Fred Hargrove dove and capitalized and picked that ball off on an amazing interception here for the Otterbein defense.
It looked for a second that Woods had brought it in, but just bounced off, like you said, just bounced off his shoulder pads and picked up by Fred Hargrove.
Yep, so I feel like if Anthony Maglin hits him in stride, he's got a walk-in touchdown, but does not, and Otterbein picks it off. So
Otterbein's got a long way to go. Logan Stepp taking the snap out of his own end zone. Hands it off to Christian Johnson, and he takes it for a couple of yards.
It's a good hit in the hole right there. Another flag on the play, though, so looks like it will be holding on the Otterbein offense. So that's not good. As I said, penalties are going to kill field position and drive as they just got a good first down gain. But now they'll be backed up to the 2-yard line.
55. Half the distance to the goal. Still second down.
Yep, looks like that is holding on number 55, Winston Spiker.
Being recognized at halftime to be in the lobby of Memorial
Ball will be placed at the 2-yard line as Otterbein repeats first down.
Please report to the lobby of Memorial Stadium at this time. Thank you.
And that is a good run by Christian Johnson.
Penalty
Just
marks the
wasted
ball
the
at
ball
the 2-yard line.
by a stupid penalty.
I agree, yeah. He had a good first down gain and hit the hole hard, but now he'll look to do it again as the Otterbein are backed up even deeper in their own territory.
Logan Stepp taking a step out of his own end zone. Christian Johnson lined up to the left.
Looks like pressure's coming from the John Carroll defense.
Step back to pass. Lets it fly. And just nobody there.
Yeah, it looks like another communication error. Julian Lowe seemed to stop on his wheel route and sit it down, as Logan Stepp might have thought he kept going. So, going to be incomplete pass there from Logan Stepp. Looks like he might have been looking towards Julian Lowe, but no connection. As you said, no one was around the ball. So, going to be a 2nd and 11 here. 2-yard line.
You got to be thinking pass. You got to be thinking pass here. Maybe even just a quick handoff over to Christian Johnson. Get him some more yardage out here. Pass. Hit during the pass. Caught. It appeared to be caught.
Looks like he might have been out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds.
As you said, caught by Julian Lowe, but he did not get his feet down. All he needed was one, and it looks like he got pushed out by the defenseman, number 29, for the John Carroll defense, Tyshawn Jones.
Julian Lowe was really pleading with
Third
the
and
ref
12
to
at
let
the
it
2.
go, but just couldn't go.
Yeah, Logan Stepp's lucky he got that ball away, too, as he was getting pressure from the backside. So lucky to not take a safety, and just a hard incompletion right there as he caught the ball, but just out of bounds.
He took a big hit right after he let it go. Logan Stepp back to snap. That's it. That's the pass. Throws it off to Christian Johnson. He goes for a first down and more.
What a play call.
He is brought down around Johnson. Way to have some open field awareness.
I agree. He was wide open as Otterbein looks to no huddle, get right back on the ball.
Snap off, hand off to Johnson. Really going off the momentum. He gets about a 5-yard gain. As Johnson is looking a little slow to get up.
And Adam Thompson on the tackle.
So he got hit hard from behind by number 55, Connor Bogard.
We're taking an injury timeout right now for the Otterbein Cardinals. This is a sad sight to see. Christian Johnson looks to be like a possible leg or knee injury.
Yep, yes, he's being helped off the field after a great reception there on 3rd and long. So as a main part of the Otterbein's offense this game, Dakota Smith will be out there looking to capitalize for the Otterbein offense.
Dakota Smith already has Otterbein's first touchdown of the game today. So run for Logan Stepp as he takes it out for a first down.
Logan Stepp carries.
Brought down by number 10.
Connor Robinson on the stop.
Brought down by
Play gains to
number 10, Connor
midfield.
Robinson for John Carroll.
It's a good first down run play right there for Logan Stepp. Got the ball outside and had good blocking there by number 1, Hunter Joseph. So hopefully looking to do it again here and keep the ball on the ground as it seems to be working for this Otterbein offense. $7:50 remaining in the second quarter.
Number 87, Josh Plininger. Hands it off to Dakota Smith. Picks it out for a big gain of about 7 to 8.
Dakota Smith on the carry.
Looks like a good way to hit the hole right there by Dakota Smith. You know,
Mason McHenry makes
he didn't make any moves, but he did get upfield and got a nice gain of, it looks like, 7 yards on first down. So very good first down run by number 29, Dakota Smith.
Dakota
7
Smith's
yards
a bit
to
of
the
a
43,
leaner back
second
than
down
Otterbein
3.
Cardinals. Only 174 pounds, 6'1". But he's got some quick twitch that.
Yes, he does. He is. He's very fast, almost as, I'd say, very comparable to Logan Stepp, just a little bit taller. So
Pushing in. Fake off to Julian Lowe as Logan Stepp tries to run it in for a dive. Gets a couple yards, about a yard or two on the run.
Logan Stepp on the carry.
it looks like Dakota Smith led up for a lead block as Julian Lowe came in motion. So what they were trying to do there was get the defense to go with Julian as he's their playmaker, maybe bait him a little bit, but did not seem to work as Logan Stepp only gained 1 yard on the play.
Play gains to the 42, third down 2.
3rd and 2 here for the Otterbein offense. Interesting to see what they're going to do.
Josh Plininger. Hands it off to Dakota Smith as he runs out wide and takes it in for a Cardinal first
Dakota
down.
Smith, the ball carrier.
It's a good way to get outside and around the edge rusher.
Mason McHenry.
Mason McHenry on that tackle. And it looks like the ball did pop out there at the end. I don't know if the ground caused it or if it was forced out, but remains Otterbein's football. And you just got to be careful when Mason McHenry comes around you on defense because, like we said, he is an preseason All-American and was an All-American last year. So he actually won the OAC Gene Slaughter Most Outstanding Linebacker Award. So that is given to the best linebacker in the OAC, and as he was last year. So definitely got to watch out for him on defense.
Logan Stepp awaiting the snap. Dakota Smith out to his right. Drops back. Lets it fly. Just off the hand of Julian Lowe. Tries to go for that one-handed catch. It's a little bit wide. Just couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, it looks like Stepp got hit really hard when he let that ball loose. So another just about a foot high, as we've seen that multiple times today, whether it's a foot high or a foot behind. A couple of the passes aren't syncing up. And hopefully that's not because he's a little timid in the pocket because of getting hurt last week. So he'll look to get on point the rest of the game and complete some key passes here.
Logan Stepp is one tough cookie. I mean, he's taken some big shots this year.
Yes, he has, and he always seems to get right up. So I'm sure he'll hang there and start delivering balls soon. It's another hard count here.
Motions out Dakota Smith. Looks to throw it. Ends up running it.
Logan Stepp on the
Takes
carry.
it out for a couple of yards.
Forced out of bounds by Anthony Christopher.
We have seen Logan Stepp, instead of sticking a foot in the ground and getting upfield, he seems to be sliding and running out of bounds a lot more. But as you said, it's a smart move, especially when you get hurt last year. Especially a scare like that as he had to be carted off the field. But he's out there right now for the Otterbein offense, and he's making plays. So 3rd and short here for the Cardinals coming up.
Dakota Smith lined up to the left of the Otterbein card of Logan Stepp. Steps back to pass, lets it fly, caught by Hunter Joseph.
Logan Stepp pass complete to Hunter Joseph.
And it is complete for a Cardinal
Joseph
first down.
The 20-yard line.
And bad news for the Cardinals. I just saw Christian Johnson go underneath the stadium into the tunnel. So he will probably be checked out there. So hopefully it's nothing too serious and we can see him back on the field in the second half, as there's 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Otterbein lined up, Logan Step in the backfield. Dakota Smith lined up to his right. He is just swallowed up by
Step back behind the line of scrimmage.
a horde of Blue Streak defenders.
Jimmy Thomas
As he is tackled behind the line of
Adam
scrimmage.
Thompson combined on the tackle for the Blue
Yeah, it looks like they sent a rush right there and got pressure off the edge, tried to go back up and step up in the pocket, and just got, like you said, swallowed up by the Blue Streaks. As it brings up -6 yards on a sack right there and brings up 2nd and 16.
Lined up. Dakota Smith to his right. Off to the side a little bit. Steps back to pass. Drops it off.
Big hit right there by number
Logan Step pass complete to
25
John Weininger.
on the Blue Streak defense, which is Anthony Christopher.
Tackled by
Looked like a
Anthony
screenplay to Josh Ploninger right there, but almost picked off actually by one of the defensive linemen for the Blue Streaks. Good catch by Josh, but
third
Should go
and
for a quick little
16
bubble screen there.
at the 26.
yeah, low hit right there. So lucky he held on to the ball. Big hit. So good to see Josh on his feet and still out there. 3rd and 16 still here, gaining nothing. So we'll see if they go back to passing the ball over the middle. Maybe to Peyton Vanderkoy again. Looks like head coach for the Blue Streaks, Rick
Timeout. John Carroll. Their first timeout.
It's like John Carroll's coach Rick Finati really went in for that. Want to call that timeout, kind of reset his players, kind of get him in a move, maybe prepare him for a possible long deep ball for maybe to Peyton Vanderkoy, like you said.
Yeah, I agree. He probably didn't see something that he liked out there, you know. Might have saw a matchup he didn't like or something like that. But speaking of their head coach, he is first-year head coach, as he recently was the accomplished former high school coach at Lakewood, Ohio, for St. Ed's. So very good high school team here in Ohio. And he also spent the last 2 seasons at the University of Michigan on Jim Harbaugh's staff. So he's a very accomplished and well-rounded coach that has brought a little spark here to the Blue Streaks after losing their head coach, Tom Arth, who went to University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. So after he led them to the semifinals last year. So we'll see if he switched anything up here on 3rd and long, and Otterbein looking for that first down.
Step line up in the backfield. Gets the snap. That's a fly, and it is reeled in.
Logan Step
by
pass
number
complete to
1,
Hunter Joseph.
Hunter Joseph, for a possible Cardinal first down.
Yep, and it looks like they are motioning the first down. So what a catch and what a throw by Logan Step. Connor Robinson was there, but Hunter Joseph just went up and out-muscled him for that ball and brings it in for a first down. Huge play on 3rd and long.
And goal.
Brings up a 1st and goal with the ball on the 10-yard line here.
Carr is lined up, motioning in Josh Peininger. Lined up, Dakota Smith lined up to the left of Logan Step. Drops back the pass, hit after the play.
Wow, there was a lot of holding, but no flag on the play. So it looks like it might have been both ways, and maybe a good no call right there, but it looks like they both got brought to the ground. So kind of confusing on no flag, but Logan Step had to get that ball off quick as Mason McHenrick came screaming through the line untouched and got a good hit on him. So ball was intended for number 1, Hunter Joseph, on a fade, and defense was covered by number 10, Connor Robinson.
2nd and goal at the 10.
You could really hear the distaste that the crowd had with that call on both sides.
Yes, they were not happy with the no call right there. 2nd and 10.
Logan Step hands it off to Dakota Smith. Gets hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Dakota Smith carry. Connor Bogart on the stop.
Number 55, Connor Bogart on the stop there for a tackle for loss. So brings up now a 3rd and 12 here for the Otterbein offense. And definitely got to pass the ball. Got to get the ball in the end zone. You know, I'm sure they'll take a field goal to take the lead, but they definitely do not want a field goal to take the lead. Always want a touchdown in this situation, especially when you have 3rd and goal.
Slip, takes the snap, drops back the pass, rolls out to his left, and is brought down.
Looks like he might have been hit a little early right there, but there's another no call by the referees. So Hunter Joseph is not happy with the referees. Definitely does not want to get a penalty and back up the field goal unit, as he has already missed one today and an extra point. So another.
This one's have to be a little bit closer, only about a 19-yard kick.
A 29-yard field goal. Lucas Ousley holding.
Yeah, but officially it will be a 29-yard field goal here. So looking to aim in for David Hoyle, the freshman kicker who has missed 2 field goal and PAT opportunities this game.
Kick is good.
Kick is right down the middle, though, for that one. So Otterbein now takes the lead 9-7 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. That was a great drive by Otterbein right there, Samer. Wasted 9 minutes and 44 seconds up at the clock. So really good job of, keeping John Carroll off the field.
Really good clock management there by the Cards, and really kind of forced head coach Finati of John Carroll to take that timeout, kind of reassess the situation. Right after that, kind of just went in for that first down.
I agree. So coming on as John Carroll, as they normally run the ball, what do you expect them to do in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds here? Would you expect a pass or a run from their offense?
I probably expect a quick 2-minute drill of offense. Just get some quick passes in and out, trying to waste down that clock so Otterbein can't get another chance to score. I
agree, because if they run the ball, Otterbein, they have 2 timeouts, so there is a chance for Otterbein to get the ball back. But definitely, John Carroll seemed to be passing the ball well until that interception by Fred Hargrove in the second quarter. So Joe Sanfilippo here to kick off as the Cardinal special teams look to run down and make the tackle.
Kick is off. Up to about the 5-yard line.
Eddie Williams on the return
for 27-yard line. Number 5, Eddie Williamson
R.J.
Jr.
Martin on the tackle for
Eddie Williamson, the junior, out of John Carroll.
R.J. Martin on the tackle, freshman on Otterbein's special teams. He's had a couple of big hits this year, so that's a good tackle in open field right there to hold the electric Eddie Williamson to not really gain anything, as the last time he got out to the 50-yard line. So John Carroll's offense trots onto the field, and we'll see what they plan to do. It looks like they will go shotgun, as you said, looking to pass the ball right here. Watch out for number 1 receiver, their leading receiver.
Hand it off. And really hit down. Hand it off to number 2, Roe Golphin.
Tackled by Fred Hargrove and Stephen Carpenter.
Got out for about a 6-yard gain.
33.
Yep, they're getting right up on the ball again and getting ready to snap it again as Roe Golphin goes off the field. Seemed to be his biggest rush of the day.
Drop back to pass. Pass off to number 21, Woodson.
Johnny Maitland's pass complete to William Woods.
William Woods, the backup wide receiver.
Woods out of bounds for another 7-yard line.
John Carroll
football, first and 10.
Yeah, but that's a good way to get out of bounds for William Woods right there, as the clock was running after that run play. So 1:36 remains in the second quarter, with Otterbein leading 9-7 over the John Carroll Blue Streaks. Guys said on this drive, you better watch out for number 1 receiver Brian Kornowski.
And for the first time this game, empty backfield. Oh, excuse me, motioned in. Number 28.
It's a rollout pass.
Pass caught by number 1, Brian Kornowski. For another John Carroll first down.
Yep, and like I said, I was assuming they'd roll out to him as he was on the far side of the field, and he is their leading receiver.
Oh, snap off quick.
Good tackle right there in the open field by number 30, Brandon Paschal. So there is a penalty marker on the flag. So penalty marker is down after the play was over.
Looked like a possible unnecessary roughness, maybe unsportsmanlike conduct.
We have a delay of game on the defense, number 30.
So
Now, I have never heard a delay of game call on the defense. Now, that's a little confusing. You'd expect maybe like an unsportsmanlike or a late hit, but all right, snap off here for the Blue Streaks. Getting chased down, just gets it off. And he was really getting sought after by number 25. By number 25 for the Cardinals, Steven Masters.
yeah, so it looks like that delay of game. I'd rather have that though for the Otterbein defense because unsportsmanlike would be 15 yards. His delay of game was only 5 yards, and it brought up still a second and third down right here. So luckily they did not get a first down, and there is 59 seconds remaining here in the second quarter on a 3rd and 4.
Lined up shotgun formation, motioning in. Motions back out, drop back to pass. Lets it fly. Completed for a first down and more. And a hard tackle by number 5, Kyle Blust.
Cody Kidd on the reception as John Carroll offense gets right up on the ball again as they only have 1 timeout remaining.
Shotgun, low snap, drops back to pass. Oh, possibly some more pressure brought on.
Looks like he will run out of bounds before he can get hit for a gain of nothing right there for Anthony Maglin, number 10.
Forced out of bounds by Austin Jones.
40 seconds left.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here for John Carroll as they look to pass the ball some more.
And that low snap almost caused the sack for John Carroll, and that would have been really untimely for the situation right now. On the bottom of the scoring list right now, 9-7.
Yeah, so definitely would have had to burn up one of their final 2 timeouts right there, which is something they don't want to do. So John Carroll's back out on the field for their offense and looking to convert on the 2nd and 10.
Snap, low snap, drop back to pass Maglin. Caught by number 21, Woods. He goes out of bounds for a John Carroll first down.
Tackled by Brandon Paschal and Fred Hartgrove.
Looks like it will be a first down. They're marking it a first down for the John Carroll offense. So 33 seconds left here in the second quarter. John Carroll is driving.
In comes Maglin with the play call here.
It was like 3 minutes left. So I was like, we'll just handle it.
Shotgun formation with sophomore running back Dylan Jude.
Passes up deep to number 1. Looks like he dropped it. Oh, and they call pass interference on number 30, Brandon Paschal.
And the crowd not happy with that call.
Yeah, they're probably not happy with that, partly because they might have seen the same thing down in John Carroll's end zone on Hunter Joseph. So pretty tough call right there, but they do call pass interference in the end zone, which will mark the ball at the 3-yard line. So not a good series of events right there for the Otterbein defense, as he did drop the pass, but pass interference will be called, and the ball would be placed very, very close to the end zone.
Number 30 on the defense. That took place in the end zone. As a result, the ball was placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Ball will be placed at the 2-yard line for the John Carroll Blue Streaks after that penalty by Brandon Paschal.
Yeah, so John Carroll might look to run the ball here as they're bringing a lot of big bodies in off that sideline. And Otterbein then correlates that and makes some more substitutions as they bring in 2 more defensive linemen. So hopefully to make another goal line stop here.
Otterbein's goal line defense has been playing pretty well against the run so far this game.
Yes, they have. Going off that, Otterbein did hold them to a 3rd down on the other side of the field in the first quarter, but they threw a pass play on 3rd down. So Otterbein looking here to hold John Carroll.
Shotgun formation, hands it off. and tackled for possibly a gain of a yard.
Aaron Pruitt, the ball carrier.
Yep, little pitch play out to the right side of the field, trying to get the ball out, and really had nothing going. Like you said, maybe a gain of 1, gain of 2, but tackled right away by number 5, Kyle Blust, as John Carroll is forced to use one of their last 2 timeouts here. So their head coach, Rick Finati, is probably looking to get some type of play, going and brought up for his offense, as they seem to be stopped almost on every run play down in the goal line.
Probably going off like a little quick fade like we saw when they got their first touchdown of the game here. Just that quick fade up, that 50-50 ball. But, they could just try to punch in maybe another fullback run like they have been trying to for a couple times this game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, as there's 20 seconds remaining with John Carroll having 1 timeout, Otterbein having all 3 timeouts still. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the John Carroll offense does right here. As it looks like they still have their heavy package in. Like you said, they might go another fullback handoff.
One yard on the previous play, 2nd and goal.
It does not look like either of the OAC running backs are in. Looks like number 28, Aaron Pruitt, is in.
Oh. Out pass, wide open, touchdown, John Carroll.
Yep, and they pretty much looked like they were doing the same play, a little pitch out to the right, but it was a fake, and Anthony Maglin rolled out to the left and had 2 guys wide open. All I had to do was pick one. So
a troubling sight to see her on the sideline. Christian Johnson on crutches.
Oh, man, that is not good for the Otterbein offense.
And Christian Johnson's been battling injuries really all year. He's had a hamstring injury, went into a concussion protocol at the beginning of the season, but he's been played pretty well against John Carroll. Ball and Wallace. The kick went up and is good. And John Carroll leads 14-9 against Otterbein with that late heroics touchdown by the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, and that touchdown was caught by number 84, which is Jake Santiago. So the sophomore tight end finds himself in the end zone right there for a touchdown, and Otterbein's kick return team will look to get maybe a big return right here with 16 seconds left in all 3 timeouts. Maybe get a late field goal or maybe even a touchdown if Julian Lowe can break a tackle or 2.
You got to think John Carroll might also try to go for an onside kick.
Yeah, you're right there. They might try to squib it and keep it out of the hands of Julian, get some time to run off the clock. But, if they do that, who knows how far the squib will go, and they might get good field position. So Otterbein's receivers are known to make big plays in big-time moments.
And again, Otterbein also has 3 timeouts, so we could see that come into play right now.
So we'll have to see what they do. Is Otterbein will not be getting the ball in the second half, as John Carroll won the towing cost and elected to defer.
Kick is off, deep kick.
Right to Julian Lowe.
Off about the 10-yard line. Taking up a little bit past the 25. The Cardinals will start around the 26-yard line.
Yep, looks like things are still getting a little chippy, just like they were at the beginning of the game. With a couple late blocks there. No flags, though. So a little bit of warnings from the referees probably right there, as Otterbein looks to take over on the 27.
This has been a truly aggressive game here between John Carroll and Otterbein. A lot of big walloping hits being taken.
Yeah, as you said, Coach Tim Daup was interviewed earlier as he felt like it was going to be a smash-mouth game from John Carroll's offense. And it looks like both sides of the ball for both teams have been very aggressive and very, very big hits, as you said. But it looks like Otterbein will line up in shotgun formation, so we'll have to see what they do here.
Dakota Smith out to the left of Logan Stepp.
12 seconds left in the half.
Takes the snap, little low, lost back the pass, scrambles out, looks for open receiver, starts to run the ball, out for a first down and more, as he is down a little bit past the 45-yard line, around the 47, for a Cardinal first down. Great open field awareness, way to look for a open patch of turf for Logan Stepp.
Yeah, I agree. You know, he was smart enough to go down when he had to, as there's 2 seconds remaining left in the half with the ball on Otterbein's 47-yard line. So maybe a Hail Mary here to the end zone or a tip ball. They have the receivers to make plays, so
Julian Lowe got the hops. You know, he can just jump up there.
Yes, he
snag it
does.
out.
Hunter Joseph definitely has the hands.
Peyton Vanderkoy just has that clutch gene with him, like we saw with that first touchdown of the day, where just a quick 25-yard pass at the beginning of this quarter.
Yes, he does. So it'll be real interesting to see what this Otterbein offense does as maybe a trick play or maybe just a Hail Mary. We'll see if how far Stepp can throw it. Receivers in for the Cardinals, number 1, Hunter Joseph, number 9, Peyton Vanderkoy, number 11, Julian Lowe, and number 88, Noah Durst on the far side. John Carroll's safeties are 25 yards downfield. They are expecting a deep pass.
Drop back the pass. Logan Stepp runs around, starts to scramble.
Looks like
runs
he'll
the
run
ball. First down and more. Oh, and he is just brought outside on the 20-yard line.
Yep, so another good defensive coverage there for John Carroll Blue Streaks as Logan Stepp runs the ball for a good gain of what seemed to be about 40 yards, but you know, there was no time left on the clock, so all they had to do was push him out of bounds, and that stops the Otterbein drive.
And at the end of the first half, John Carroll up against the Otterbein Cardinals 14-9, and what has been a really low-scoring, kind of just in-your-face game between the Cardinals and the Blue Streaks.
Yep, so 14-9, John Carroll will receive the ball in the second half, so it'll be interesting to see what they do as we have a 20-minute halftime coming up.
It'll be nice to see if Dakota Smith will try to get a little bit more carries into this in the second half. He got a couple of good carries in, got a good couple yards of gainage. He's got 3 carries right now for 14 yards. As Logan Stepp right now is the leading rusher for the Cardinals with 10 attempts for 88 yards.
Yes, sir. And, you know, Christian Johnson might have been up on top of that list, but he did get hurt, so.
Right now, Hunter Joseph leading the Cardinals in receptions with 2 for 22.
Yeah, okay. I was on your camera, and then all of a sudden I saw kids, and I was like,
Ro Golfin leading the Blue Streaks in rushing yards right now with 27. There have been a couple more chips. There have been a lot of he has a couple of attempts with 7 attempts, but he also has had a couple of negative yardage. Like he's had some pretty long runs, but he's been tackled in the backfield a good couple of times.
You are correct there. Interesting to see what both teams do in the second half as they go into halftime, game planning for what's next.
Maybe we try to expose the secondary a little bit, try to go for a couple more passes. Anthony Maglin right now, 14 for 18 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Logan Stepp just 7 for 17, but 107 yards.
Yeah, so the passes he has completed have been for long receptions. Like a lot of people have 1 reception, as 6 different guys have 1 reception, and 3 of those are over 20 yards. So very long pass plays right there.
And 2 of those were the running backs, Christian Johnson and Dakota Smith.
David Monaco and Bailey Pontius. Their head coach is Brian Boer. The Otterbein softball team played to its most successful season in school history, winning a program record 35 games en route to their 2nd straight OAC regular season title and 1st OAC championship. In the tournament, the Cardinals, led by the OAC's coaching staff of the year, punched its first-ever ticket to the NCAA regionals, where they recorded a thrilling 11-inning victory over DePaul before falling to nationally ranked Alma in an elimination game. Members of the 2017 Cardinals softball team here today include Allison Shaw, Shay Rowe, Danny McCauley, Kendall Lloyd, Molly Riggs, Miranda Fiergo, Kayla Queer, Rachel Owens, Savannah Sarkey, Alex McCall, Tori Speakman, Maddie Pasco, Courtney Hackney, Casey Morris, Megan Garner, Anna Edwards, Kelly Jackson, Nikki Weaver, Gabby Johnson, Maria Reed, Bailey McElwain, Allison McAdams, Kate Lewis, and Abby Rogers. Their assistant coaches, Laura Rose, Kim Tackett, and Amber Young, and the head coach, Christine Steinitz. The Otterbein baseball team recorded a 31-win season last spring, the 2nd straight season with 30-plus wins, along with the program's 6th OAC tournament title after running through the bracket in 3 games. Led by OAC Coach of the Year George Powell, the Cardinals advanced to their first NCAA regional tournament since 2007 before falling in battles with a pair of top 10 nationally ranked opponents. Members of the team include Tyler Thompson, James Tenenbaum, Dom Guzzi, Ben Beachy, Connor Brett, Juan Durazo, Kristen Cairo, Cody Golitz, Tim Snyder, Brian Stopar, Mitch Stotler, Pat Beer, Stephen Hernan, Sam Harden, Dimitri Kalaros, Nick Wiseman, Vince Ruggieri, Caleb Norton, Justin Feltner, Brock Brentzel, Justin Lewis, Johnny Putnam, Colin Hoffman, Eric Norton, Mason McGee, Stevie Uran, Daniel Sweetie, Ren Martin, James Pierce, Shelton Stanley, Jared Murphy, Seth Anderson, Will Laidlaw, Jacob Carney, James Heaton, Robert Kemmer, Jake Walters, Craig Prince, Colton Hands, and Chase Carney. The assistant coaches Joe Wilkins, Brian Fierro, Russ Mead, Dave Ewing, and Rick Ambler, with pitching coach John McCourt, the head coach of Cardinal Baseball, George Powell.
No, it's like a
Please join Otterbein Athletics in a round of applause for the success of the Cardinal Spring Sports Team. Now please welcome the Otterbein University Cardinal Marching Band to the field. This afternoon, the Cardinal Marching Band will perform some classic rock from Major Stage Warwick. Laura Welch will lead the band in a matchup of Earth, Wind, and Fire's Got to Get You Into My Life, and Chicago's Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? Featuring trumpet players Ivy Barker and Kennedy Black. Katie Gibson in the performance of Earth, Wind, and Fire's In the Stone. Now the band performs the classic Chicago hit, 25 or 6-4.
I don't know of anything in this region that is like this.
This is the point, the exact location where education, industry, business research, and government.
I don't know of anything in this region that is like this.
This is the point, the exact location where education, industry, business research, and government are meeting. Not only is the point changing how students learn, it has the potential to distinguish this university and its long-standing partner, the City of Westerville. It also stands to serve as one of the most innovative and unique assets in the entrepreneurial ecosystem.
I don't know of anything in this region that is like this.
This is the point, the exact location where education, industry, business research, and government are meeting. Not only is the point changing how students learn, it has the potential to distinguish this university and its long-standing partner, the City of Westerville. It also stands to serve as one of the most innovative and unique assets in the entrepreneurial ecosystem of Central Ohio.
There are a lot of innovation centers across the United States, either linked to universities or just independent. What we believe is really unique about this facility is that we've brought the community in, we've brought businesses in as tenants, and we've brought our academic programs all together, collaborating in one facility. And it's not necessarily entrepreneurship based or student startup based or student directed based. It's really about the collaboration and the partnership and the great things that we can create and develop with those partners all together working in the same facility.
This has been a dream come true for us to be able to have a place to go where we have the capability, we have the facility and the equipment to do what we need to do to create solutions.
It will allow us to have an environment in which our engineering students here at Otterbein will work alongside of practicing engineers on projects for the companies who are resident in the center and with our industrial collaborators who bring projects to the center.
The work that is happening here will give students, corporations, businesses, and community partners new perspectives about how things can and should work. It will be a model example of all that collaboration can produce. The point is what happens when you have the right partners in the right position at the right time.
The vision and the execution is significantly bolder than what I frankly first understood and imagined. And as you know, coming in and seeing it for the first time, and then also being a resident here over the last several months, there's just a significant energy in this facility and in this at the point that gets me really excited. I think it's actually going to be one of the biggest things to happen, if you will, from a maker perspective, so in the hardware development here in Central Ohio.
At the point, we are integrating and applying classroom learning as students engage in industry projects from prototype development to capstone experiences to internships, working side by side with industry professionals. They will come to understand the process of moving idea generation and product design to the marketplace.
We've done as much as we can from an applied learning perspective. We're integrating design thinking and problem-based learning into all of our programs that are here, and really being able to offer the students an opportunity to go from the classroom into the lab, and then perhaps even then going one step further and going into a business partner to work in the afternoon. I think that gives our students this opportunity that you wouldn't get anywhere else.
What I really like about the program is the fact that they're integrating not only the theoretical work, but also the ability for the students to apply that theoretical knowledge in the labs. They seem to be able to complete projects, articulate those projects to an audience and explain how they came about, their logic, and demonstrate the designs and the different concepts that they put together.
This building has become physically transformed. But so has our partnership, so has education for the future. This is just going to be, I think, the best thing ever, and I'm so excited to see this as it progresses.
Just as Towers Hall has served as the iconic facility defining our past, the Point will serve as the physical manifestation of Otterbein's future. The future calls for experienced problem solvers and bold mindsets. The Point is where these leaders will learn differently. This is how higher education works in the 21st century at Otterbein.
Minganelli to receive for John Carroll.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back here to the live broadcast here of Otterbein's football game against the John Carroll Blue Streaks. It is senior day here as Otterbein set to kick off to John Carroll for the second half as they elected to defer in the first. Kick is off, goes back deep, has to be returned though by John Carroll.
Looks like running back Ro Golfin has some space.
And he is, looks like he might get there. Joe Sanfilippo trying to close down on him. And he is in. And on the opening play of the second half, touchdown John Carroll by running back number 2, Ro Golfin.
So he wasn't getting very much action in the backfield, but he takes that kickoff back 95 yards to the house for a touchdown for John Carroll leading up to opening half. So not a good momentum starter for the Otterbein Cardinals as they find themselves down 20-9 as a PAT is being attempted by 47 Matt Danko.
Kick is up. And kick is good.
14-45, third quarter, John Carroll 21, Otterbein 9.
John Carroll now up 21-9 against the Otterbein Cardinals off that opening kickoff return for a touchdown by the running back number 2, Ro Golfin.
So you know it's not letting me talk again. I can hear you, but I can't say anything. Okay, thank you.
As the Otterbein Cardinals are now set up to return the ball with Vanderkoy and Lowe back up around the 5-yard line as the Blue Streaks are set up to kick off.
To kick off for John Carroll.
Otterbein's going to definitely want to get the ball down the field early here and get a touchdown on the board, get the momentum back from John Carroll. As John Carroll has a huge momentum swing, first after scoring right before halftime, and then second scoring right after halftime on the opening kickoff.
Kick is off. And Julian Lowe takes a knee in the end zone for a touchback.
It's going to be interesting to see what the head coach Tim Daup and offensive coordinator Dan D'Amico does without Christian Johnson, because I got word from the sideline that it is an ACL tear and he is out for the rest of the game and most likely the season here for the Cardinals. So going out for running back in place of Christian Johnson is number 29, Dakota Smith. So he'll have to step it up here, have some big runs, and Step will probably get involved too. But definitely going to be hurting without Christian Johnson in the backfield.
It was just a sad sight to see. I mean, Christian Johnson just went off for a big pass. And as of right now, Logan Stepp gets off the pass to Dakota Smith as he drops it for an incomplete pass. Like I was saying, Christian Johnson, I mean, just got off a really big play, but got a really walloping hit to the knee and kind of landed a little bit funny. And
yeah, he got tackled pretty awkwardly from behind by one of their linemen and just kind of fell on him. So probably that body weight and his own body weight and just twisted wrong. And it's really sad news to hear that such a great running back and a great just a great guy all around for the Otterbein offense is out.
Dakota Smith lined up to the left of Logan. Dakota Smith lined up to the left of Logan Stepp. Logan Stepp steps up in the pocket, throws it off to Julian Lowe. Lowe's looking for space and gets out to the sideline around the 40-yard line, about the 38-yard line. 38-yard line of the Otterbein Cardinals for a first down.
Yep, good catch and run there by Julian Lowe. He caught the ball and got upfield, got a first down, got around a couple guys. So look for them to go to him and Hunter Joseph this drive.
Dakota Smith moves back a little bit off of Logan Stepp. Takes the snap, Design run. Takes it out for a first down, Cardinal.
Man, Stepp got tackled from behind. I don't think 53 tackles him. Logan Stepp might be off for the races and have a touchdown right under his belt here, right here in the third quarter.
Game to the John Carroll 41.
Number 53, Adam Thompson on the tackle.
Otterbein football, 1st and 10.
Good run by Stepp there to get the first down in more. Made a couple guys miss on the way, too. So,
yeah,
showing that injury last week really isn't affecting him, and he's ready to run the ball, help his team get a win.
Lowe takes the snap, back to pass. Just off of Hunter Joseph, maybe a little bit of miscommunication there as Cardinals set up for 2nd and 10.
Yep, he was looking for a back shoulder throw right there on a go route, so threw it a little bit early and a little bit behind Hunter Joseph, as that seems to be the case today. Look here to connect on 2nd and long.
Step back. Takes the snap, back to pass. Steps up and is brought down for a sack by number 55, the Blue Streak defense. And that is Connor Bogard, the sophomore.
There was lots of pressure right there. There was a lot of guys in the backfield, and Stepp did what he could to get back up to the line of scrimmage. So a sack of just looks like about 1 yard. So great way to step up into the pocket and not lose 4 or 5 and only lose 1. Brings up a 3rd and 11 here, so definitely expecting to pass. Maybe to look to middle of the field to either Julian Lowe or Peyton Vanderkoy here up the seam.
Trips out to the left. Logan Stepp takes the snap, decides to run for it, gets a good gain, and is wrapped up and brought down by a swarm of Blue Streaks.
Yep, looks like it's going to be just short of that first down. So with the ball on the 33-yard line here, it's kind of like a 4-down territory. You know, you don't really want to punt the ball because you're almost on the 30-yard line, but it is, you know, just too long for a kick.
And they are staying on the field. Otterbein is deciding to go for it on 4th down. 4th down and 2 for the Cardinals, deciding to go for it. Trips out to the right, possible pass play situation. Maybe just a quick hitch run for Dakota Smith. As he moves out to the right of Logan Stepp.
Middle of the field might be open for Julian Lowe, as I don't see anyone there, and they're blitzing. Looks like a run play to the right. Dakota Smith with the pitch.
Swallowed up for no gain. As the John Carroll Blue Streaks take it up out around the line of scrimmage over there.
Yep, turnover on downs, so did not get the first down, and that's a huge stop for the John Carroll defense as they now have the ball on the 33-yard line.
Looking for some big stops right now in the run game against the star running backs, number 2, Ro Golphin, excuse me, and number 20, Kukura, San Kukura. Ball pass, screen out, takes it out. First down for the Blue Streaks. Has to play to number 81, it appears Cody Kidd for a Blue Streak first down.
Tackle by Blaine Voorhees. 9 yards to the 42.
It's a quick pass play out to the right, and looks like John Carroll's been exploiting that all day. They like their out routes and they like their comeback routes, and they've been completing the ball to the sidelines pretty much all day. Not much over the middle. Back in the I formation, though, for John Carroll.
Some motion out. Handing it off to Ro Golphin.
You know, that's one thing you didn't want as the Otterbein defense is to get Ro Golphin, you know, feeling hot and feeling good after taking that kick return back, because they're pretty much bottom up all day. And to have that happen and to have him get that confidence is not what you want for your run game and run defense. But good stop right there. Sadly, it's they got a first down on that play. All they needed was 1 yard. So
John Carroll ball at the 45 of John Carroll. It's a snap shotgun formation. Maglin takes the ball, throws it out wide.
Another quick pass there
Pass complete.
for Anthony Maglin to number 84, Jake Santiago, who has a touchdown reception today.
Santiago.
So like I said, they like doing their quick passes out to the flats of the defenses. It looks like Otterbein might be in a cover 3, cover 4 look here.
2nd down and 1 right now for the Blue Streaks, possibly going for a run play right now. I formation. Hands it off to Golphin. Kicks it out wide, gets a couple yards in the carry for Blue Streak 1st down.
Good tackle by number 25, Steven Masters, out in open field. So brought down Golphin before he could get any more yardage. Another 1st down for John Carroll. So it looks like they're passing the ball on 1st down, getting a good amount of yardage, and then just running for the 1st down.
Just trying to set up Roe Golphin for a couple short yardages because they know how Otterbein is trying to attack their offense.
You are correct. They've been stopping the run pretty well, 2 or 3 yardage every time. But when it's 2nd and short, 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2, 2 or 3 yards is always a 1st down.
Shotgun snap, Maglin. Pass out wide. Williamson.
Anthony Maglin's pass complete to Eddie Williamson.
There is another quick pass out to the flats.
And that one will go for a possible a 1st down, yes.
Yep, they're moving him. So that was another short completion where he turned upfield, got a little bit of extra yardage, and right at the 1st down marker. This time it was a 1st down. Lots of quick passes here from John Carroll in the 2nd half. Maybe head coach Rick Finati is game plan for that over the halftime break. Empty backfield here for John Carroll, 1st time today.
Takes the snap. Out the pass out wide. Number 1, Kornowski, excuse me.
Pass complete to, as you said, number 1, Brian Kornowski, their leading receiver for the Blue Streaks in yardage and receptions.
Play game to the 21.
However, today that is not the story. Eddie Williamson right now leading the leading the Blue Streaks today this game with 4 receptions for 55 yards. But Brian Kornowski does have that touchdown right now, so he really helped keep the Blue Streaks in play right now. They line up shotgun formation. Sam Kakura out wide, tackled up behind the line of scrimmage though.
Sam Kakura carries.
Yep, tackle for loss there. As Jake Harper and Andre Douglas and Stephen Masters were all on the tackle.
Loss of about 1
Loss
to
of 2 to the 23, 2nd down 12.
Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12 right now for the Blue Streaks, excuse me.
And like you said, they're really bottling up that run attack from the 2 former All-OAC running backs, Kakura being 2nd team and Golphin being 1st team. They really haven't done much all day. And they've actually seen a 3rd running back in right now who has also gotten a majority of the snaps, number 28, Aaron Pruitt.
Back to pass. Throws it out. Wide open. Just goes through the hands of the receiver.
Anthony Maglin's pass intended for Cody Kidd, incomplete.
Pass intended for Cody Kidd. It just goes through his hands out. Could have been a possible touchdown. Increase that lead to possibly 27 or 28-9.
Yep, Cody Kidd is he's only 5'8" out there at receiver, and it looked like it was just a little high for him, as Maglin might be used to throwing to his bigger guy, Kornowski, who is 6 foot. So just a little high and a little bit out of his reach, but he did have him open in the end zone. But now it brings up a 3rd and 12 here for John Carroll as they line up in shotgun formation again, expecting to pass the ball.
Maglin takes a snap, back to pass, looks for a receiver, just out of the hands.
Anthony Maglin's pass intended for Danny Disbro, incomplete.
That's number 8, Danny Disbro, on the drop, right through his hands. Might have heard some footsteps from linebacker Jake Harper, who was rushing towards him. Matt Denko is now out for what seems to be a 40-yard field goal. So let's see if their renowned kicker can hit it. He has missed one today, folks.
Snap off, kick is up.
Looks like it's
it is
right.
Kick
Wide left.
is no good, wide to the right.
Wide to the right, excuse me.
Yep, looks like the kick had the distance, but just missed to the right, so that's his 2nd missed field goal today.
At the Right Center, final score,
That's a big stop right there for the Otterbein defense. You know, no points right there after turning the ball over on 4th down. That's a little bit of momentum switch, and that's what Otterbein needs going in on offense.
This has been an ongoing issue for both sides of the field, where Otterbein has also missed their first 2 field goals and extra. So first 2 field goals, one being an extra point.
Yeah, so luckily they did hit another field goal, but it'd be nice to have 12 points up there and have it be a 1-score game. 13 actually if he makes the extra point.
Step takes the snap, back to pass, lets it go to Julian Lowe. He gets it in for a couple yards.
Pass complete to Julian Lowe.
Good quick slant route right there to Julian Lowe to get things going on this drive. Expecting to maybe run the ball, maybe a QB draw here to Logan Stepp, or a nice outside handoff to Dakota Smith.
Gain of 6 to the 29, 2nd down 4.
2nd down and 4 here for the Cards. 3 receivers out to the right of Logan Stepp. Hard count. Takes the snap.
There's that QB draw.
1st down and more. As he goes past the 40-yard line of the Otterbein Cardinals.
Forced out of bounds by Connor Robinson.
Looks like he's out at the Otterbein 43-yard line, and that's a good play call right there and a good draw right up the middle of the field, and good awareness by Logan Stepp to get out to the outside of the field where the open field was.
Logan Stepp right now on 117 yards rushing right now on 13 attempts.
Look for a smash right here.
Stepp takes the snap, scrambles around, goes out for a run. 1st down and more. Out into John Carroll territory past their 40-yard line.
Oh, but there is a flag down, and it looks like it'll be holding on one of the offensive linemen. That is a huge killer for this Otterbein team, as flag came in really late, and it almost looked like that might have been behind the play and not needed, as Logan Stepp seemed to have a free release right up the line and down the right side of the field. So huge killer on a nice 15-yard gain by Logan Stepp. I said earlier, penalties are going to kill both teams, especially field possession, because you'd have the ball outside the 50, but now the ball will be placed on the Otterbein 33-yard line instead of having the ball at the opposing 40-yard line.
Holding goes on number 56, the center, Jacob Schaefer. Pushing out Dakota Smith, empty backfield, step backs the pass, off to Vanderkoy.
Yep, number 9, Peyton Vanderkoy with a slant reception right there, and kind of looked like Mason McKenrick thought the ball was going at number 29, Dakota Smith, and he rushed down the field and went to cover him, and Logan Stepp just threw it right where he was. So it's a good play call to get Mason McKenrick, their all-American linebacker, out of the middle of the field.
Really took the bait there of number 20. Excuse me, of number 29, Dakota Smith.
Yes, he did. That's a good sell and a good fake right there. 6:25 here remaining in the 3rd quarter, with John Carroll leading 21-9. Otterbein wearing red and John Carroll wearing white.
Dakota Smith out to the left. Stepp takes a snap, back to pass, scrambles around, feels some pressure.
Logan Stepp on the carry.
Gets a couple yards on the gain.
Tackled from behind by number 55, Connor Bogard.
Chad Soliger and Jimmy Palace on the tackle.
Brings up a 3rd and 5 here for this Otterbein offense with the ball on the Cardinal 49-yard line.
3rd down 4.
Three receivers out to the left of Logan Stepp. Stepp takes the snap, back to pass.
Oh,
fumble
on
the play, lost on the ground. Recovered by John Carroll.
Fumble in the Otterbein backfield.
Recovered by number 38, Mason McHenrick, the senior, the preseason All-American.
I think that might be a first down. Ball is placed at the Otterbein 15.
Back in a shotgun formation, Maglin with Kukura out to the left. Slings it out. Wide, Cody Kidd. First down and touchdown for John Carroll.
If you notice that all day, they've been trying to get that ball out wide to Cody Kidd as he looks like he's got some wheels on him. And he stuck a foot up in the ground and got in the end zone.
And John Carroll really took advantage of that strip sack of Logan Stepp.
Yes, they did. They scored quick.
Extra Danko right now lined up for the extra point.
Kick is good.
And the kick is good.
Third quarter, John Carroll 28, Otterbein 9.
The score is now 28-9, with John Carroll leading the way against the Otterbein Cardinals.
John Carroll scoring drive, 2 plays, 27 yards. Time of the drive, 38 seconds. 15-yard pass, Maglin to Kidd.
That drive was extremely fast. Only 2 plays it took him to get in the end zone as they started with the ball on the 27-yard line. So Otterbein looking to come back out on the field, now down 28-9 after it was just 14-9 after halftime. So John Carroll with 14 unanswered points here in the second half with 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining.
Matt Danko to kick off for John Carroll. Mason Vanderkoy and Julian Lowe to receive for Otterbein.
Kick is off. Deep kick. Taken slightly outside the goal line. Put out to around the 19, 20-yard line by Julian Lowe.
Joshua Bonet and Alec Kessler. Freshman Nicholas Daigle and R.J. Rosario on the tackle for John Carroll.
As the Cards will start off on the 20-yard line to begin this drive.
They're definitely trying to put some points up on the board here with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. You know, there's still a lot of time left. A lot could happen, but John Carroll's been controlling the second half with 14 unanswered points, and they're really going to want a score here, whether it's a field goal or they'd love a touchdown, but probably see a little bit of an air attack and some running by Stepp here now that Christian Johnson is sidelined with that injury, as we said earlier.
Rushing down wide, Dakota Smith, step back to pass, scrambles around, throws it off to Smith, but just off of his hands as it goes incomplete.
It's the second drop ball by Dakota Smith this quarter. So he had one last drive and one this drive. So he's definitely going to want to catch the next one. And looks like John Carroll's defense is really bringing the pressure. And they might try to get the step again and maybe get another sack. Bringing a lot of guys and rushing off the edge. So offensive line here of Otterbein is going to want to pick it up and pass protect here now that they're down a good amount of points.
Logan Stepp back awaiting the snap, motioning in, Julian Lowe across. Hand off to Dakota Smith and tackled in the backfield.
Dakota Smith carries. Anthony Christopher and Mike Connick on the stop. 2-yard loss to the 18, third down 12.
Bringing up a 3rd and 12 here for the Otterbein Cardinals, and you know, if they go 3 and out here, it is not looking pretty for the rest of the game. For a pass play here, maybe to Julian Lowe right up the seam.
Takes a snap, back to pass, Logan Stepp lets it fly out to Hunter Joseph, first down and more across the middle as it gets to around the 46-yard line.
Nice play over the middle to Hunter Joseph.
Excuse me, out to the 45-yard line for a Cardinal. First down.
Otterbein gets quick on the ball again and looks to run another play.
3 receivers out to the left of Logan Stepp. Takes the snap, hand off to Dakota Smith.
Looks like he gets a gain of about 1 or 2 yards right there on first down. So good pass play right there on 3rd and long for Otterbein to convert and get that first down and even more. You know, hopefully they can get the ball past the 50 and downfield and get it in the end zone here on this drive.
Ooh, hard count. Flag on the field.
Good catch by Julian Lowe.
Logan Stepp pass, complete to Julian Lowe. Penalty marker on the play.
Yeah, it looks like it's offsides again by the John Carroll defense, and Logan Stepp got him to jump one more time, like we said, with that hard count. Seems they've been doing that all game, and that one pays off and took a deep shot because he knew he had it, and Julian Lowe came up with a good sliding catch for a nice gain and get the ball past the 30-yard line.
Logan Stepp tried to go for another hard count. Takes the snap, back to pass. Scrambles out, rolls forward, throws it off to Vanderkoy. Flags all over on that one.
Yeah, Peyton Vanderkoy tried to stop, turn around, and look for the ball, and he got absolutely tackled by their defenseman, number 48, Christopher Hadley. So he's a freshman, and he would definitely be charged with pass interference and or holding on that. And that should move the ball down to where that penalty flag was. So Otterbein now looking to get the ball inside the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Still waiting call right now.
Defense, number 48. Penalty is accepted. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Like you said, on number 48, the freshman Chris Hadley Jr. And half a distance to the goal right now for the car, so that's going to give him some really good field position. It appears they'll take the ball off from the 15-yard line.
Yep, it looks like all the refs are meeting up in the middle of the field to discuss where this ball should be put.
Appears they're placing it around the 13-yard line.
Yep, and that's right where the penalty was committed. So they went from the 30, now they're down to the 13. So even though it wasn't a catch, it basically is as good as a catch for Peyton Vanderkoy right there to draw that penalty flag. You said he's clutch, and I'm sure if there wasn't pass interference, he might have came down with that ball. Maybe look to him again over the middle. There's not a safety over there, just a linebacker.
Stepp takes a snap, back to pass, scrambles around, and is just wrapped up by a sea of blue streaks.
Yeah, looks like another sack there for number 53, Adam Thompson. And John Carroll's really bringing the pressure. They are bringing a lot of guys, and they're looking to get to Stepp and fluster him. So John Carroll here bringing a lot of pressure. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Dakota.
Hunter Joseph, the lone receiver, out to the left of Logan Stepp. Takes the snap, back to pass. Throws it out to the right. Caught! Julian Lowe! Touchdown, Cardinals!
What a catch by senior Julian Lowe. Perfect ball by Logan Stepp, right over the shoulder, right towards the out-of-bounds line too, but just enough room where Julian Lowe could stop, catch it, get 2 feet in, and fall to the ground. What a catch and what a throw right there.
Good tiptoe catch right there by Julian Lowe.
You are right there. David Hoyle now on to attempt the PAT. He has missed one today, and he has missed a field goal. He has also made a field goal, so looking to get this extra point and go down 12 points.
Kick is up, and kick is good.
1:23 remaining in the third quarter. John Carroll 28 and Otterbein 16. So Otterbein's going to kick off here, and you're definitely expecting a quick stop right here. That's what they need, and hoping for a quick stop and get the ball back, score again, right? You know, still down 2 scores, so you're going to have to get 2 touchdowns if you want to take the lead.
You can hear the sideline say, "We're not done yet." Appears to be so. I mean, just a 2-touchdown game. I mean, anything can happen in a game like that.
Exactly, and there's definitely more hope on the sidelines in this game than in last year, as last year Otterbein was only held to 6 points. So definitely looking for Otterbein to maybe squib kick it here too after Roe Golphin had that kick return. Roe Golphin is lined up on the near side of the field at about the 9-yard line, and the other return man back there is lined up on the 8-yard line. Joe Sanfilippo to kick off here. And there's that squib kick. Tackled by a nice group of Cardinals right there. And that is number 15, Michael Canganelli on the return.
Michael Canganelli on the return for John Carroll.
Definitely a good idea to squib kick it after that long kick return by Roe Golphin, you know. That really just broke up all the momentum Otterbein had and really got John Carroll started.
That 95-yard gain really kind of set him in position to get that strip sack back and set it up for that, make it a 3-score game. And now Otterbein back with a 2-score. Back to pass. A bit of a screen there to Kornowski.
Yep, quick screen pass to the left. You know, they like their 2-on-2 matchup, and it's a good tackle by 15 Fred Hargrove out in open field.
John Carroll really trying to make the best out of these short passes. You know, a couple of 5-7 yarders, but they really kind of go for more just off the talent of those receivers like Kornowski and Kidd.
I agree. John Carroll has definitely gone to more throwing the ball in the second half. Definitely not running the ball like they have been all season.
Takes the snap, back to throw. Gets it off to the tight end, number 8. Tight end number 8, Danny Disbro.
Like you said, another quick pass right out to the outside as it brings up a short 3rd and 2. And, you know, I would expect John Carroll to maybe run the ball here now that they got the ball down to, 3rd and short. That's what they like to do in the second half is what it seems is pass the ball, and then once it gets second and short, 3rd and short, give the ball to Roe Golphin for about 2 or 3 yards, get the first down.
I agree.
Still shotgun formation, though, here. Maybe expect to run to the right as they got a tight end.
Low snap. Maglin back to pass. Off to number 1, Kornowski, just for a short game, but just enough to get them that first down.
Brandon Paschal on the coverage and on the tackle. Quick slant pass to Kornowski, and that will wrap up the 3rd quarter here at Memorial Stadium in Westerville, Ohio, with John Carroll leading 28-16.
Otterbein really kind of put himself back in a position to get back into the lead with the late 3rd quarter touchdown to number 11, Julian Lowe. That nice tiptoe catch kind of shifted the momentum a little bit, kind of got it back in their favor.
Yes, it did. And now Otterbein's looking for a stop here as John Carroll has the ball right at midfield and looking for another stop here, maybe force him to a 4th down, get the ball back, get a quick score, and, get within 1 score of John Carroll here as the score is 28-16.
As was announced before, Otterbein's women's volleyball team has recently just won the OAC Tournament Championship against Ohio Northern. So good for them.
Fourth quarter begins. John Carroll football, first and 10 at their own 49.
Back to snap. Austin Maglin takes a snap, shotgun formation, hands it off to Ro Golfin, excuse me. And a short game just pushed behind the line of scrimmage, and a sea of Cardinal just gets after him.
Yep, Ro Golfin with another no gain. And they have really bottled him up all day. And just another good rush defensive play by this Otterbein defense as they go into a short 2nd and 9 with the ball on the 50-yard line. John Carroll has to be thinking pass from now on. Really rushing the ball is not working. And so those quick passes to the outside as Otterbein looks like they might be in a cover 3, cover 4 kind of look.
Back to shotgun formation, round, and it is a sack for number 5.
It's Kyle Blust on the sack. Great rush and great way to get the quarterback down as he was looking to throw that ball right when he grabbed him.
Really good quick pickup there for Kyle Blust.
Like you said, Sammer, he is the team's leading. He's leading the team in sacks, along tied with Stephen Masters. So now he takes the lead over Stephen Masters and has a solo sack today. And this John Carroll team will be definitely forced to pass the ball here on 3rd and 14.
That pass was complete to Cody Kidd for John Carroll. First downs, they try to line up fast and try to catch Otterbein off guard.
Definitely Otterbein's guys are going to have to get off the field. Just got off in time.
And off to Golfin. Gets a good couple of yards off the run there.
Another 1 or 2 yard pickup for Ro Golfin, but he's really been held to not much all day as to being first team all OAC running back. But, you know, Cody Kidd and the rest of the John Carroll receivers are having pretty big days.
Golfin only averaging about 3.5 yards a carry right now.
You know, that is definitely not what he likes to see, as he has had over 652 rushing yards this year. Otterbein's really playing this rush defense well. Looks like double tights for John Carroll.
Snap off the Golfin.
Kyle Blust on the tackle. There's another 3 yard gain. So like you said, 3.5 average. And last 2 plays definitely show that, as he has tackled for another short gain. Brings up a 3rd and 5 here for John Carroll.
Coming out of the huddle in the shotgun formation, Golfin out to the right. Motioning in, Kidd motions back out, trips to the left, steps back to throw. Off to the tight end, Disbro. And he is in for the touchdown for John Carroll.
And it looks like what John Carroll did there was they sent Disbro from the near side of the field on an under route, and then sent number 81, Cody Kidd, on the same route and kind of ran a pick play is what they call it. So Cody Kidd kind of rubbed off and hit Disbro's defender, which left him wide open, and he turned upfield and scored for John Carroll.
Danko lined up right now for the extra point. Maglin out to hold. Kick is up.
Kick is good.
And kick is good.
11:54 fourth quarter. John Carroll 35, Otterbein 16.
Score now, Otterbein 16, John Carroll 35. As the John Carroll blue streak really took back the momentum with that touchdown right now. Both teams have three timeouts remaining, and we're only 11 minutes and 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so early score there for John Carroll in the fourth quarter. So now Otterbein is really hoping for, 2 scores here quick. You know, you don't necessarily have to do an onside kick just yet, but you do need to get a stop on defense. Get a quick 3 and out, you know, make them punt the ball, get the ball down the field, and score another touchdown. As they're now down by 19 here, so 3 scores. They are down again.
Danko back to kick.
Danko kicking off for John Carroll.
Kick is off. End over ender there. Picked up by Vanderkoy. So he takes it out a little bit past the 25.
Yep, Peyton Vanderkoy takes the ball out, so it looks like the 29-yard line. So not a bad return right there for Peyton Vanderkoy. It looks like him and Julian Lowe both wanted the ball right there. But, you know, it doesn't matter who gets it as long as you get upfield and get some positive amount of yards past the 25.
That's right.
So Otterbein offense looking to come back off out on the field
29-yard line, Otterbein football, 1st and 10.
after a nice score on their last drive to Julian Lowe.
Look at Step, takes the snap. Good block by Dakota Smith. And it is reeled in by Julian. Oh. And there appears to be a flag on the play.
Who knows if that flag is, there seems to be 2 flags, one in the backfield and one where the catch was. I'm assuming the one by the catch might be a face mask. He did kind of get him high up by the helmet area when he tried to tackle Julian Lowe, Connor Robinson that is. And then in the backfield it could be a plethora of things, whether it is holding or, you know, that was a really good block, just offset, and they might get the ball right where Julian Lowe caught it.
2 fouls on the play. We have roughing the passer, number 12. That penalty is declined. We have face mask, personal foul on the defense, number 44. That will be enforced, automatic first down.
Yep. 2 penalties on the play. The first one is roughing the passer on number 12 for John Carroll. That penalty was declined, and then they did accept the second one, which was a face mask. And the ball would be moved to John Carroll 41. So a catch and more. So good way to reel that ball in for Julian Lowe and draw the penalty flag.
Ball placed right now in John Carroll territory on the 41-yard line. Step takes the snap, rolls out to his right, off to Lowe.
2 straight catches for Julian Lowe.
Gets a pretty quick 6-yard gain.
Forced out of bounds by Tyshawn Jones. Gain of 5 to 36, 2nd down 5.
Step hard count, no good. Takes a snap, steps back for the pass.
Got some pressure.
Intercepted.
That's picked off by number 38, Mason McKenrick. They're all-American linebacker, and that might just seal it for John Carroll as they now go up by 25 points. 26 at the PAT is good. You know, he had that fumble recovery earlier, and now he's got a pick. That pick 6 is a killer.
Yes, sir, the Gene Slaughter Award winner right there. Mason McKenrick out of Menor, Ohio. As John Carroll attempts to set up the PAT right now with Danko back to kick.
Danko attempting the extra point.
That was just really good awareness by McKenrick, looking for that, as he saw the passes going a little bit low, just tipped it up to himself and just reeled it in.
Yeah, kind of tipped it with his one hand. That was a good play by their linebacker, but Cardinal fans and the Cardinal hopeful do not like to see that.
Takes the kick. Kick is up, and kick is good.
10:51, 4th quarter, John Carroll 42.
John Carroll's now winning 42-16 after it was just a 14-9 game coming into the second half. So John Carroll has really broken this game open, and Otterbein has, you know, not given them the best opportunities. They kind of have given them 2 scores, one with that kickoff return and then one with the strip sack, and then 3 actually, as you just saw, another interception that was returned for a touchdown. So there's 21 points that Otterbein wishes they had back, because that would only make it a 5-score or a 5-point game if those 3 touchdowns are negated.
What would you think Coach Duff would be telling his players right now after seeing what's been going on with that interception and everything that's happened?
You know, he's probably telling them, keep your heads up like senior day, because, you know, there's a lot of seniors out there, and I'm sure the game is definitely not out of reach. You could definitely have a lot happen, and you can still come back and win, but definitely got to keep your head up and keep scoring. Keep your foot down on the gas. You know, don't back off. You got to go out of here with pride no matter what, win or loss. So this kick is off. It's another deep kick. Looks like to number 11, Julian Lowe.
Julian Lowe. Oh, tackle missed over there on the side. He takes it back as he takes it past the 30-yard line.
Otterbein offense will take the ball over. Looks like the ball would be placed on the 32-yard line.
Return to the 32, Otterbein football, 1st and 10.
Step back in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Back to pass, lets it fly. And another interception.
And that one's just a little bit past Peyton Vanderkoy, as Peyton Vanderkoy was the intended receiver, and it did not look like Peyton had any chance of coming up with that ball, as it was just nowhere near him, really. And that would be number 29, Tyshawn Jones, the sophomore defensive back safety, with the interception. So 2 picks in a row on 2 plays, and that is not good at all for this Otterbein offense.
First and 10, John Carroll, your own 45.
John Carroll back to snap. Sam Kukura off to the right. Shotgun formation, handoff to Kukura. He's tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Dan Kukura carries. Andre Douglas on the stop for Otterbein.
That is Andre Douglas who made the tackle on Sam Kukura.
Loss of a yard to the 44, 2nd down 11.
2nd down and 11 here for the John Carroll Blue Streaks. As you know, we've seen them in these situations before, and they've kind of made the most out of them.
Yes, they have. They've had a lot of short, quick passes to the outside.
Shotgun snap out, pass it. And that's some good defense played out there. Pass intended for Kidd.
It's number 21, Blaine Voorhees, on the stop. He jumped in front and got a hand on that ball and forced an incompletion. So, like you said, great defense there by number 21, Blaine Voorhees. You know, 3rd and 11 here. Expect the pass, especially to number 1, Kornowski, as he's lined up on the near side of the field.
Takes the snap, rolls out, throws it back over to Disbro. Flag on the play.
You know, flag will sadly probably be roughing the passer on Stephen Masters. Looked like he went a little low on Anthony Maglin, their quarterback, and
Maglin was a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You'll get flagged every single time for that. Looks like he's shaking his head around a little bit. Hope he's all right, but most likely a roughing the passer on this Cardinal defense, which is another just penalty and drive killer, as they will most likely get the ball past the 50-yard line.
Now, roughing the passer, number 25, defense, the 15 yards, and an automatic first down.
Roughing the passer on number 25, Stephen Masters.
Harper and Kyle Bluth on the tackle on the previous play.
You know, it's sad to see everything start to go downhill for this Cardinal offense here. You know, only so much the defense can do when offense and special teams pretty much give them 3 scores. You know, the defense hasn't been bad all day, but when they get the ball in the 25 and get a pick 6 and get a kickoff return, you know, the defense didn't let those up. That was the offense and special teams. So Otterbein defense is not doing bad besides that penalty.
Hands off to Kakura. He's tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Sam Kakura carries.
As we said earlier, another good stop. You know, run defense is there. They're not letting John Carroll run the ball at all, which is what they've been successful doing all season. Is they had 21 rushes, 21 rushing touchdowns coming into today's game. John Carroll leads 42-16 with 9:20 left in this fourth quarter.
Back to snap, back to pass, off the kid, jukes out a defender, or at least attempts to, and is wrapped up and tackled just a little bit short of the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard decision here for John Carroll. Brings up a 3rd and short. And, you know, Otterbein's been stuffing the run, so we'll see if they run the ball here, try to get those 2 or 3 yards they normally get, or if they do a quick little pass to the outside like they've been doing. Kakura's lined up in the backfield to the right of Naglin.
Takes the snap, back to pass, throws it off to Kornowski. Excuse me, not Kornowski. That would be number 84, Santiago.
And looks like it is 1 yard short. Very, very close. But good way to push him out of bounds by Fred Hargrove. Nope, it looks like they are moving the chains. So right there's another 3rd down conversion for the John Carroll Blue Streaks, and it seems like they've been able to do that willingly all day. You know, these 3rd down conversions really are being capitalized on by this John Carroll offense.
That snap back in an I formation. Haven't seen this in a while. Tosses it off to Kakura. And he gets a big gain off that.
Big hit out of bounds there by number 33, Jake Harper.
Fred Hargrove a little bit slow to get up there.
Tackle out of bounds by Fred Hargrove.
Not a bad run for the John Carroll Blue Streaks on 1st down. They get normally more than they normally get, as they got 9 yards as they've been getting 3 or 4 average. Otterbein making mass substitution, getting some bigger guys out in the field. Looking to stop this run as they line up in the I formation again, as you said. Haven't seen this in a little bit. Gives to the fullback. That is number 22, Josh DeLozer, on the carry. Quick handoff right there. And that will give them the 1st down. All they needed was a yard. 1st down, John Carroll with the ball being placed at the 18-yard line.
John Carroll back in that I formation. Hitting it off to Kakura just for a couple-yard gain.
Sam Kakura, the ball carrier.
Yep, and right when Otterbein made those substitutions to get those big defensive linemen back in, they make another good stop for only about a gain of 2. So
John Carroll's only been averaging about 2.4 yards a carry.
Yeah.
I mean, their running game has really been, for the most part, just stopped. It's only 65 yards total, but I mean, they're just finding ways to get 1st downs, be it through the passing game and however it may be.
Yep, they're doing a little bit of combination of both, as you said. Kornowski in double motion, hands it off to him around the edge. Leads up, makes a guy miss, and he's in for a touchdown, John Carroll. 15-yard touchdown run for number 1, Brian Kornowski.
And that is now 48-16, John Carroll.
Yeah, and it's just everything seemed to go downhill once Christian Johnson got hurt. He got hurt in that 2nd quarter, and, you know, he's a real spark for that Otterbein offense. And hate to see a leader and such a good running back like that go down. And I think it just kind of hurt the morale of this Otterbein team. And then the second half, it opened up with a John Carroll kick return and a couple turnovers later. And now you're looking at
kick by
very
Danko.
large deficit.
Kick by Danko is good now for John Carroll. Score is now 49-16 for John Carroll. And yeah, I agree with you. Like you said, that morale was really kind of killed when that sort of bell cow back for them. Tristan Johnson, for that first half at least, was just taking up the carries and getting up the yards. I mean, he still has like the leading. He's at the second highest amount of rushing yards right now behind Logan Stepp with 56 on 9 carries. He averaged about 6.2 yards a carry, so he was getting yards.
Yes, he was. He was doing real well before he got injured, and it's sad to see that, especially with the Cardinals' leading rusher on the year, and Logan Stepp has had to step up in the rushing game because Christian got hurt. So, definitely Christian would probably be running the ball a lot right now, but sadly he's on the sideline, and Otterbein's going to have to step up the rest of this game, maybe get some more points up on the board, and get Dakota Smith a little bit ready for next week against Marietta.
That's right.
As this Marietta team is not bad. They just beat Heidelberg 2 weeks ago, who Otterbein lost to in overtime. So definitely not an easy win, and it's going to be a good team next week.
Kick is off. Shaved a little bit past the 5-yard line by number 15, Fred Hargrove. As he fumbles the ball, and it appears that it is recovered by John Carroll.
It almost looks like that ball might have been popped out by his own guy as he was being lead block for him. He was kind of like pushed him back as Fred was almost falling down, and looks like he just knocked that ball out of his hand. And Fred Hargrove does play defense. Maybe he's not accustomed to holding the ball that much, but fumble on the play leaves John Carroll with the ball yet again on Otterbein's 27-yard line once again. So short field again for John Carroll. Last time they were in this position, they scored in 2 plays. So definitely not looking good for this Otterbein defense, as they can't do much after special teams turn the ball over. Football is a three. There's always 3 tiers of the game. There's offense, defense, and special teams.
Magdalene takes a snap, hands it off to their running back, number 34. He's wrapped up in the backfield as well. Running back number 34, Antoine Hamilton, a freshman out of Solon.
Yeah, so they're definitely John Carroll right now. What they're trying to do is probably just get different people the ball and just get offense and most likely maybe backfield for the John Carroll.
Magdalene takes the snap, back to pass, looks around, throws it off and broken up by number 30, Pat. Number 30. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me, number 30, Brandon Paschal.
Good defensive play right there, and it looks like John Carroll is keeping their offense out there. They're going to go for it on this 4th down. I think if they get that 4th down conversion, there's only 5 minutes left in the game. Really puts it out of reach for Otterbein, keeps them with the possession. So Magdalene goes under center right here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a tight end.
Motion out. Hands it off to Kidd off the motion. Turns the corner and gets within the 10-yard line for another John Carroll 1st down.
Cody Kidd on the carry. Tackle out of bounds by Brandon Paschal.
We saw that play in the last touchdown they scored. It was almost the same exact play, just a different guy. So first time they did it was with Brian Kornowski, and he cut up field and scored a touchdown. That time it was with the shifty and quick Cody Kidd, and gets them the 1st down. Here, ball on the 6.
I formation, under center, hands it off.
Looks like Aaron Pruitt is tackled short of the end zone by number 14, Ryan Tusho. About a gain of 2, so ball is now on the 4-yard line with 4:30 left in the 4th quarter. John Carroll leading 49-16.
And 2 to the 4, 2nd down goal.
2nd and goal on the Otterbein 4-yard line. John Carroll lines up I formation.
It's like that fake pitch again. Good play by Ryan Tucho to break up that pass that was intended for number 37, Anthony Leonetti. So we saw that play earlier in the game as well. That's when they threw it to Santiago for that touchdown. So it was a little fake pitch, and he rolled out to the left on the far side of the field, and he had 3 receivers there. But much better defense on that time.
Really snuffed it out that time.
Yep. Definitely snuffed it out and knew it was coming almost. Brings up a 3rd and goal, ball on the 4-yard line, I formation.
Takes back the ball, set the pass. It is dropped.
Broken up by number 30, Brandon Paschal.
Ball intended for number 4, Daniel Lentz, the junior out of Cleveland, Lakewood St. Edwards.
Yep, so maybe his old coach as his head coach. So pretty cool as him being a junior. You know, their coach, Rick Finati, has been at Michigan the past 2 years, but who knows, maybe when Lentz was in high school, he might have had him as a head coach. John Carroll and Lakewood St. Ed's are very close. Field goal being attempted by Danko here. Kick is up and is good. John Carroll now leading 52-16 with 3:59 left in this 4th quarter here. And, you know, for this Otterbein offense, wouldn't you agree? Biggest thing here is do not turn the ball over.
That's true. I mean,
go out of the game with the ball and a little bit of pride. A lot of turnovers happen, and that's not very regular for this Otterbein team, wouldn't you say?
I would say that. I would say so. I mean, 2 interceptions back to back. It's kind of really just attacked the morale of Otterbein. And on top of that, the special teams fumbled kickoff return.
Yep. So Otterbein looking to receive here. Danko off the kick. Lowe and Vanderkoy is back there for Fred Hargrove back to receive after Fred has fumbled on the last kickoff return. Sun looks like it is coming out now for one of the first times of the day here in Westerville.
Fred Hargrove and Julian Lowe to receive for Otterbein.
Kick is off. Kick received by Julian Lowe. So he takes it out to around the 29-30 yard line.
Julian Lowe on a return for Otterbein. Nicholas Daigle and Anthony Leonetti on the tackle for John Carroll.
Otterbein will take over around the 29-30 yard line. Ball will be placed on the 30-yard line for this Otterbein offense as Logan Stepp goes out on the field, and now senior number 81, Clay Ramirez, has checked into the game, and junior number 28, Dean Supalek, has also checked into the game for the Cardinals at receiver, looking to avoid injury going into their next game for some of their other guys like Peyton Vanderkoy and Hunter Joseph.
Takes the snap, hands it off.
That is freshman number 37, R.J. Martin, in the backfield too. So like I said, you know, when you're down this much and it's late in the 4th quarter, you want to get some guys in there that help you. And like I said, get their feet wet a little bit. You know, get them some varsity action when you're down this much. And right now, backup quarterback Stephen Irwin is coming in for Logan Stepp, especially with 1 game left in the season. And you want to go 6-4. You're definitely going to want to avoid injuries here late in the 4th quarter. That's not needed. So
appears that Julian Lowe has stepped out of the game as well. Steve Irwin hands off.
R.J. Martin yet again with the rush. Looks like it might be a first down. Very close. Yep, they're motioning for a first down. So R.J. Martin with a first down here for the Otterbein Cardinals. Stephen Irwin calling plays at quarterback. Dean Supalek in at receiver. Clay Ramirez, Noah Durst, and Casey Cook, number 89, in for Julian Lowe, the pass play. Looks like Hogan Marshall, number 69, is under center too for Jacob Schaefer, as he is a senior. So it's nice to see a lot of the seniors out there on senior day that normally don't or might not get the chance to play.
Irwin takes the snap, ends up running the ball. Takes it out to, I believe, a first down.
Good 11-yard rush there by Stephen Irwin, and gets the Otterbein Cardinals a first down. He's pretty shifting, quick, versatile guy, and he was told at practice this week to be ready after, Stepp got carted off last week. So he's been preparing all week, and he's been ready to go and very versatile like Step. So maybe he'll step up in the role as quarterback next year.
Takes a snap. Is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. R.J. Martin brought behind the line, brought down by R.J. Rosario. Excuse me. R.J. Martin brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Looks like a loss of about 2 right there. So, not much going for R.J., but, he had a first down the last drive, so maybe get the ball up the field instead of around the edge. Minute and 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Looking to just run out the clock here for these Cardinals.
Takes a snap, hands it off. Excuse me, it's a fake. Irwin takes a snap himself. Runs it over for a Cardinal first down.
Yep, and there goes Stephen Irwin again. Yet with another long run as he is out past the 40-yard line of John Carroll. And another first down. So right now, seniors are checking off the field. Case Troyer has just checked off as he is a senior. So checking off on senior day. And lots of people applauding and, cheering for him in the stands.
That's always nice to see. Irwin takes a snap, hands it off to R.J. Martin. As he gets a couple yards on the carry.
Yep, he snuck up for about a 2-yard gain right there. So he kind of reminds me of Christian Johnson a little bit. He's short and he's a little shifty. So
about the same size too. A little bit of a bigger, bulkier back, 5'10" to 194. But
I know he made a couple tackles today on kickoff return, so he can bring the boom and he's not afraid, especially if he's going to go tackle people.
Steve Irwin's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep, Stephen Irwin brought down by number 25, Anthony Christopher, for John Carroll. That brings up a 3rd down and 9 in which you expect maybe a pass, but, there's only 40 seconds left, so they might just run the ball out and, get out of this game free and hopefully no more injuries or turnovers. There's another run for Stephen Irwin. He's trying to find something to do. Gets actually a little bit of positive yardage, which he made something out of nothing right there. Got about 2 yards, and clock's running down with 15 seconds left in the game. That'll be it here for this Otterbein offense.
As the clock runs out, it appears that the game is over right now. John Carroll winning the game against Otterbein on senior day, 52-16. Looked to be a promising game after the end of that first half right there. Christian Johnson, he did go in. Like you said, after he went in, the momentum just went away from the offense. And
yeah, you're correct there. 14-9 at halftime, and everything went downhill. So
just a 5-point game.
Yep, definitely a winnable game, but John Carroll takes the win here in Westerville, and Otterbein finishes up 3-1 here at Memorial Stadium on their only 4 home games this year. So good year at home for Otterbein, and I'm sure they would have liked to go 4-0, but they played a tough game, and they left it all out there on the field. And looking for a win next week against Marietta. Going to be a good game.
As it should be. And that Marietta game will be at Marietta.
Yes, it will. A little bit of a trip, but they made it 2 years ago and won in the rain, so I'm sure they'll win again this year. Definitely going to give it their all as it's their last game of the season, and hoping to end 6-4, not 5-5 like last year. All right, Brandon Shade here.
Samar Hamid.
And we're signing off here for TNC Media as Otterbein loses and falls to John Carroll 52-16 here in Westerville.
It sucks. Yeah, dude, it was so close. It was like that. Do an interview with Julian. Just don't do one today. Next, if he breaks the touchdown mark next week, we'll coordinate something in. So that's okay. Are you Jay Sean?
Yeah.
I'm Jeremy.
Oh, that's
sorry,
good.
I didn't
No,
meet you the other day.
you're fine.
Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, no, we're all good. We're all good. No, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Cool. Yeah, we'll coordinate next week.